Said Hungary.
He's not allowed to win if he calls it Hungary.
And Chris Ello.
And as soon as the white smoke comes out the chimney, they've got a new pope, and everybody celebrates. It's a chimney. It's my version of a chimney.
It's time to get you up to speed on all things sports.
Yes!
With plenty of nonsense in between.
Oh, look! Here comes our fearless producer!
Gwynn and Chris starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
Now the 3-1, and Tatis swings, hits it in the air, deep to left center field. Rodin is back. This one gonna go. Number 2 for Fernando on the day. A line drive, homer to left center field. Oh, Fernando, stay hot. 8-1 here in the 8th.
And so wrapped up a perfect weekend for the San Diego Padres. Welcome into Gwynn and Chris, everybody, and a happy Monday to you. Happy indeed. After the Padres sweep away the Minnesota Twins, Fernando Tatis Jr. looking like the MVP version of Fernando. He has already been honored today with Player of the Week honors in Major League Baseball. That had to be the easiest choice the committee has ever had to make, considering the way he continues to hit. And, don't forget the grand slam he saved last week. But big-time weekend for the Padres, and it only gets better today with the press conference introducing our new ownership. And Tony Gwynn Jr., it's an exciting day to be at Petco Park, which is where you are lucky enough to be.
Yes, indeed. That was an awesome press conference, first of all, by Kwanzaa and Jose. You got a feel for the type of people they are. And I think if you're a Padre fan, you would listen to that press conference, you can't help but be excited of the two new owners that the Padres had. They talked about a lot of different things, ranging from the community to the actual product on the field, as well as the product around the stadium. I mean, it kind of hit everything. And it was just, for us, the fans kind of being in the dark for so long in terms of who or what were the type of people Kwanzaa and Jose were. They got a pretty good, at least, framework of it here today.
I think watching the Padres play this weekend would have put anybody in a good frame of mind, especially the people who are about to become the official new owners of that team.
They did say they're undefeated as owners because it signed it on Friday, so they're undefeated.
The team that we saw play this weekend, Tony Gwynn Jr., looked as good as it has all season. 3 games is not a season make. And by the way, I want to remind, before we talk too much more, Sam Levitt is still out at the press conference and is efforting some interviews. So as soon as he gets those, we're going to send it back out. We'll give you a little more insight into the new ownership. So you fans don't go anywhere. But until we hear from Sam, one of the things to me, Tony, 3 games I'm not going to overblow, but they were as good as any 3 have been all season. They scored 6 runs in all 3 games. That's the first time all year they've done that. They had a 4-run inning in every one of the 3 games, and none of those innings included a home run. So they were stringing it together. Everybody was contributing. Obviously, Fernando was kind of the superstar, standing out and finishing up with the 2 home runs. 2 more quality starts. I think that's 7 in the last 8 games. And look, they're 21-7, which is unbelievable when you consider they had a stretch of 21-35 before this.
Yeah, I mean, in a ways, it's amazing. In a way, it's not, because this is kind of, at the very least, what we expected the offense part to do when we started the season, right? We thought the offense is going to have to be the thing that is sustaining this team. It worked out how it worked out, right? The offense wasn't the thing. They still found a way to win games early. Then it got dark there for a little bit, but I think ultimately this is what we expected from the offense, and now it's humming. And because largely it was done without any additions. I mean, all the additions were on the pitching side, and so you couple that with now, as you mentioned, 7 of 8 quality starts. This rotation is also humming, and that includes Walker Buehler, who had a doozy of a game last night. It's a lot of fun to watch that man pitch, and he seems like he's starting to get into a groove. This is the we've been talking about it all year, right? Kind of put it all together. This is what it looks like when they are putting it all together. Now, mind you, they just played the American League, and I'll keep saying this: American League doesn't seem very good. I mean, every American League team the Padres have played, that American League team has come into that series on a heater. First, it was the Astros; they got smacked down. Then it was the Guardians; they got smacked down, and then it was the Twins. The Twins had taken over the second wild card spot coming into this series. Also in second place in the Central. They got smacked down. They're now behind the Guardians. So Padres are taking care of business. This is the thing that we've highlighted quite a few times. Teams that are below 500, Padres don't mess around. They put belt to behind, and that's exactly what they did over the weekend against the Tribe.
And it's not what they've always done. Right. We've had a bunch of years where the Rockies give us, fits and a lot of the, teams out there that you're supposed to beat, seem to cause all kinds of problems. You're right about the American League. You have to mention it. The Twins, I mean, they went from being in the wild card to now like 3 games out, just like that. American League teams just are not good for whatever reason, but the Padres are taking advantage of it. They did take advantage of it. And, the game on Saturday is the one that really allows you to sweep the series. Let's be honest. Yesterday's game was a Fernando game. Like he's winning that game, right? He drives in 4. He hits 2 home runs. Buehler's pitching a good game. He's keeping them at bay. Friday night, I felt like Vasquez was on his game. And, once again, offensively, they got 6-7 runs up there. They're doing all right. They close it out with Morejon. They close it out with Miller, et cetera. The Saturday game, they were down 5-1, and they're starting to piecemeal the bullpen together at that point. Like, Kyle Hart, please get me a few outs. Casey Mize has left this game. We don't even know what the injury was at the time. Turns out it's an ankle. In comes Griffin Canning. I think a lot of people forgot he was even on the roster, honestly, and only being used in totally desperate situations. Well, guess what? Griffin Canning didn't look at it that way. He went out there and pitched shutout baseball for long enough so that the Padres could get themselves back in that game, Tony, and they win that game. That's how you sweep. And that, that to me is everybody in on it. There were some big plays, big stars, but that Griffin Canning performance might have been the most important thing of the weekend.
I think those are the type of performances that you need in the second half of the season. He was the reason why the Padres got that sweep. You're 100% right. 3 1/3. He gave up 3 hits. He gave up no runs. He threw up a 0 at a time where it didn't seem like it really mattered.
Yeah.
Because the Padres had 1 hit and 1 run at the time. But then it did matter because a catcher's interference opens the floodgate. That's the other thing that the Padres have done a lot of. If you leave a door cracked, they're kicking that bad boy down. And they did that on Saturday. The catcher's interference led to a big-time double from Cronenworth. Then they created their own luck. You can call it that. It was probably a base running mistake turned into gold as the Twins couldn't, complete the play. And then from there, Ty comes up. He gets the big knock. Padres just did everything that they possibly could to sweep that series. And the one game they didn't, they still found a way to win that game, as you mentioned.
Yeah. So, look, 21-7. I don't know if people realize that's a 750 winning percentage, people.
By the way, in 24, they won what? They went 42 and
19,
14?
was it?
Something like that.
I thought it was 42
I didn't think
and 19.
That was
because they were 50 and 50. Remember, they were 50 and 50, and then they went. Look it up, Scrape. I think they finished 92 and what was it? 70 that year. 93 and 69.
Oh, the
year that they were 50 and 50. I think they went
43
and 19, if I'm not mistaken.
It was very good.
But even that's not a 750 winning percentage. 21-7 is ridiculous.
That run seemed like out of reach or like not possible.
Right.
They're almost on that pace right now to do that again.
Yeah, I mean it's and it came out. I'm sorry, it's still. I know what you're saying in the sense, Tony, that this is what we kind of thought this team could be, But the way they were going about things at the beginning of July, and piecing the pitching together, and they could never get a hit. They went 11 for 27 this weekend with runners in scoring position. That's a 408 batting average. Like, we haven't seen that in years. There was just no way this was going to happen from where they were, at least is what I feel. And they've made it happen.
I just contend this falls into the bucket of something we say, or at least I say every year. It's a long season. Like, June is not September, and a lot can happen between, as we're seeing, June and September. Think about this. The Detroit Tigers had an 11-game lead going into September. They lost it last year. So that's just 11 games they needed to cover. They did that in a month. So, I mean, there is just, in this game, you get to June, no matter how it looks, unless it looks like the Rockies or, some of those teams down there, then, okay, I could see you kind of being like, all right, let's.
Well, even the Royals have won 8 in a row, and they're trying to sneak into the American League.
Isn't that crazy?
Playoff picture. The American League's so bad, the Royals might be able to get back into it. A week ago, they were 50 and 74. And now they even might have a chance to get in the American League. But you're right about playing the American League, Tony. The Padres are 27 and 15 against the AL this year. That means they're 1 game under against the National League. But it doesn't matter, because overall you're 71 and 60 now, and you're back to 11 games over 500, which is where you were back in the middle of May when you started the season, 29 and 18. Scrape, do you want to take a break here? We want to wait for Sam. What do you want to do?
I'm looking at Sam. Make sure we're on this. He's not in his seat right now, so we're going to keep going till 18. But I wanted to tell you, their second half a couple years ago, they went 43 and 20. So you're very close.
Okay, but they lost the first game, so they were 43 and 19 after they lost the first game, right? Because they fell to 50 and 50.
Yep.
And they went 43 and 19. Well, this 21 and 7 has been, spectacular. They're top 5 in offense. They're number 1 in bullpen. And, this comes from a place where they were last in every offensive category. And I don't think I owe Fernando Tatis Jr. an apology. I think he owes me one, honestly, Tony. I'm trying to turn this around. But I said, and I think I wasn't the only one, this is just so surprising that he could go this kind of time without a home run, with no power, with absolutely nothing. And everybody said, well, or you said anyway, be patient, wait. It was just hard to believe that could happen to a guy who is this good. And here we are now seeing how good he is. I mean, he's MVP quality right now. I mean, it's too late to pressure those other guys for the award, but he's playing at that level.
I'm going to ask it in the Big Five.
Well, he's not going to win the MVP.
I know.
On
but
1 month.
I wanted to ask, if PCA ended up dipping out and show it, what would he have to do,
Fernando,
to win the MVP?
Yeah, I don't think he could do that.
There's nothing he can do.
Yeah, maybe if he got a home run every at bat the rest of the game.
Shohei is pitching and hitting. I just got to remind you. I know he's only done it for a half a season.
Yeah, Tony.
How long has Toddy been pitching?
Well, that's the thing, is that
he
Shohei.
Hasn't. I'll answer it for you. PCA. How long has he been pitching? He hasn't. So this is the standard that the writers have set at this point.
But how does it
do both?
Sorry,
if you do both, you win an MVP. If you do both at this level, it's unanimous.
But how can you take into account something that he did in the first half of the year, but he didn't do it all in the second half of the year?
Because no one did it in the first half. None of the other contestants did it in the first half of the season. Here's the
other entrants.
I point out. I know Toddy's was rough. I would have felt differently if Toddy, and this is just as a former hitter, right? I would have felt differently if he wasn't hitting the ball hard. We spent a month and a half talking about. We spent. I don't think. Did you say that on the air? Because I felt like that didn't.
No, it was in your ear.
Oh, okay. So we giving it to Sam. Is that what you said?
Yes, we need to send it out to Sam. Mr. Eric Grupner sat down with him.
You'll have to hold that thought, Tony.
Let's go ahead and send it to Mr. Sam Levitt. He's with Eric Grupner.
I can hear them. I'm making sure I'm not going to put this up until he knows he's on the radio.
Okay, so he's not.
He's putting on the headset right now.
So should I finish my thought, or
no?
should I just,
He's literally sitting down as we're.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna let you send it up then, buddy.
I'm gonna send it. Adam did text me. Was ready to go. So Sam, whenever you're ready, you can go, buddy. This is not how we plan things today. Sam, whenever you can hear me, let me know, and then you take it away.
Gravy, I got you loud and clear. If you guys are ready.
Yes.
You guys ready over there?
Go for it.
All right, welcome back to Petco Park following this very, very exciting press conference, introductory press conference of Kwanzaa Jones and Jose E. Feliciano. I'm joined by Padres CEO Eric Rutner. And Eric, first off, congratulations to you and the organization on such a historic, special day in this building. I'm ready to run through a brick wall for those two. I mean, they are just full of energy, so much excitement. It's so clear what this moment means to both Kwanzaa and Jose. You were asked towards the very end of the press conference what stands out about these two people, and you said, I can't think of a better fit for where we need to go as an organization. So I was hoping we could dive into that a little bit more. What is it about Kwanzaa and Jose in particular that makes you feel like they are such a good fit for this organization at this particular moment?
Yeah, so thank you, Sam. It's good to be with you, by the way. Appreciate you guys coming out today. I mean, they're just incredible people. As you mentioned, you got to see the passion on full display today, but there's so much substance that is foundational. How they got to be where they are at this point in their life and their career, to have amassed the resources necessary to, purchase the San Diego Padres is a reflection of intelligence, a lot of years of hard work, sophistication, discipline. I think those are the hallmarks of really successful owners.
Yeah.
And so seeing the opportunity ahead of us, knowing that they're going to come in with patient capital, as they mentioned, but a burning passion and desire to win and to win a World Series championship and ultimately impact the community and serve our fans. I think they just get it. They understand what it is to own a community asset like the Padres. They understand what our fan base wants, which is what we all want, a World Series championship. And I think they have the intelligence, the sophistication, the discipline, and the resources necessary to take us there.
I'm so happy you brought up community, because when they were up there, they were asked about what they want their legacy to be, which is probably a really hard question when it's day 3 of owning the ball club. But Jose said, one of the first things he said was, we want to deepen our ties with the community from an organizational perspective. Why does that continue to be so important? Not just being a ball club, ultimately winning World Series, but being a true community partner with San Diego and beyond.
I think we're given a very unique and compelling platform as a professional sports franchise, and our players as well, to be able to have an outsized positive impact on our community. It was great today that there was the discussion of the fact that we are a cross-border region, where we're a binational region between Mexico and the United States. And there are so many possibilities and ways that we can impact the community positively on both sides of the border. And I think, we're at the end of the day a medium to large sized private business. But if you look at the shadow that we cast across our community and the positive impact we can have, I think it's significantly greater than the otherwise the stature or posture of our business. And so kids growing up idolize players like Fernando Tatis Jr. And I think when they see especially themselves in those players and see what's possible, especially native Spanish speaking players, whether they're from Mexico or other Hispanic countries, I think it's all representative of something that is aspirational, and it's the American dream.
Right.
And I think Jose and Kwanzaa are an embodiment of the American dream. I think so many of our players are an embodiment of the American dream. And so when they go into a classroom or a hospital bedside, and they bring with a message of hope, and they also reflect a level of success for, portions of the greater binational region we're in that oftentimes have been under-resourced and not had as much access to opportunity. I think that's an incredibly powerful message, and one that I'm excited to see them extend throughout our region.
Really, really well said. We're joined by Padres CEO Eric Grupner here on 97.3 The Fan after this introductory press conference. The new Padres principal owners, Kwanzaa Jones and Jose E. Feliciano. Eric, you said something on TV the other night that really stood out to me. You said we flipped the script of what's possible in this market. I was wondering if we could expand on that, how the last 5 to 10 years has really led us to this moment where the franchise is so valuable. And you look around Petco Park, you got 53 sellouts entering tonight. What's transpired here and how it ultimately leads to a moment like this?
Yeah, it really began over 6 years ago with a vision that Peter brought to the franchise around competing at the highest stage and winning a World Series championship. And to do that, we knew that we needed to bring in players that weren't yet on the team, and that was going to take resources and increasing payroll above levels that historically we had seen in this market. And that was the first step. But shortly thereafter, the fans responded. And we weren't quite sure at the outset of how far we could take that. And I think what our fans have answered resoundingly is that if we invest in this team and we put all the resources that we can towards winning a World Series championship, they will show up and support us to create one of the most electric environments in baseball. And we've seen that now for over 6 years. And so we're incredibly grateful to the support that we've received from the fans. And that's what's led us to today.
Right.
But, you know, given the premise, the goal to begin with, which is to win a World Series championship, we have unfinished business. We haven't gotten there yet. And so I think this next stage with Jose and Kwanzaa, who view this as a generational long-term investment, and you heard them say it today, it's going to start with one championship.
Right.
And they're not going to be satisfied when we get that. So I think for Padres fans, I would be encouraged by the fact that it's going to be more of the same, in the sense that we're going to be continuing to compete for a championship. That's what the last 6 years has shown us, is that we can compete at the biggest stage, although we have not broken through yet. And we're going to continue to go after that championship with all the resources we have.
Yeah, absolutely. We're joined by Padres CEO Eric Grupner. One final question for you, then we'll let you know. You got a lot of photos to take and things to do today. You alluded to it. Not only do Kwanzaa and Jose seem like great people that care about the community, obviously extremely successful people, but they seem competitive. I mean, it was very clear throughout the press conference, they want to win. What encourages you about the idea of what they will do to continue the on-field product being the caliber that it's been the last 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, I think it begins with their background. Once again, you know, Kwanzaa is a Division I track athlete.
Yep.
Jose competing and succeeding at the highest levels of business with Clear Lake Capital, and his own love of sports and how he has seen sports serve as a unifying force for good and the societal impact. And he spoke to that earlier. But I think they are two of the more competitive people I've had the opportunity to get to know. And but the great thing about them is they're competitive, but they're patient. And I think they can see those two attributes coexisting, where it's about the long-term approach that is going to lead to the greatest amount of success over the longest period of time in San Diego. And so that's where their sophistication and experience as investors and entrepreneurs and owners, I think, is really going to be brought to bear. That it's not about just a quick hit and trying to win in 1 year.
Right.
It's going to be about a long, sustained commitment to winning in this market and doing what it takes to win championships.
Well, Eric, congratulations again to you and the rest of the organization. What a great day here at Petco Park. It's a good time to be a Padres fan. You got a great press conference today. Team's winning. Fernando's as locked in as I've ever seen him. He's been unbelievable.
Hotter than a pistol. So I appreciate it, Sam.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Eric, thanks so much.
All right,
appreciate it. That is Padres CEO Eric Grupner joining us here on 97.3 The Fan on this very exciting, busy day at Petco Park. A lot of good stuff when you think, guys, about what was said here today. I thought just a home run, no pun intended, of a press conference. Great energy, great words about community and winning and competitiveness. And I am certainly excited to see what the new era of Padres baseball brings. And not to mention a team playing really well right now. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Sam Levitt. He will be back, I believe, for the pregame show.
Yes, he will.
In a few hours?
Yes, he will.
He may do another interview or two. You never know what Sammy's going to do.
Oh, Sam's capable of everything.
He could track down the governor or somebody before too long. Who knows?
Why not, Sam? Go after Gavin Newsom.
Is he there? I don't know if he's there. Anyway, yeah, great day. I tell you, Kwanzaa, she is excited, and she's got everybody excited. Her enthusiasm is off the charts.
You could feel it through the. I was listening on headset. You could feel her energy through the headset.
I tell you one thing: somebody hits like a pennant-winning home run, you might need security to keep Kwanzaa from flying out on the field.
She might be the first one out there.
Well, she's a Division I track athlete. She may use some of her speed to get out there. But, yeah, she's so excited. And you can't help but be excited when you listen to that press conference, which we carried here on 97.3 The Fan. And great interview. As always, Sam Levitt, he's able to bring those big time CEOs to their knees, with those great.
They're always so afraid of what Sam will be asking.
If I was asking Eric
down to their knees,
if I asked Eric Grubner a question, he'd be like laughing at me. But Sam Levitt, he's got Eric's attention and
I think it's because
respect.
I think it's because Sam wears a suit. Maybe if we wore suits, Chris.
So you think if I tried to interview Grubner with my flip flops, that would be the worst?
I just think Sam. He's seen Sam a lot. I think that's the only difference. He's familiar with Sam.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Padres win. And today, new ownership wins as well. Back to action tonight, though. It's not a fly necessarily in the ointment because everything is all celebration today for sure. But even after that great weekend and all those wins, there's still only 2 games ahead. You can't afford to take the pedal off the gas thing there. You got to keep rolling. So Diamondbacks are still there.
Pedal off the gas.
Yeah, it was terrible. I'm embarrassing. But, I think you get the idea. But, yeah, Arizona's still there. That's what my point was. And we'll talk more about it here as Gwynn and Chris continues.
Clear your schedule and tune in Thursday.
I actually got in trouble once when I worked at the bank for looking up a celebrity, and it was totally wrong on my part. Totally wrong.
Looking up their account number?
Just I searched their name in the account system, and
what is wrong with you?
I was like 19.
You'd be better off. You'd be better off admitting that you wore your underwear inside out. Frankly,
This guy is just searching up people's accounts.
It only happened that one time because I got caught.
How did you get caught?
The account was flagged, and anybody taking a look at it gets logged. And so I got called into the boss's office like 3 days later.
What did that come? I'm sorry, I gotta ask, but nobody's supposed to be doing this preview. What did that conversation? How did it go?
Well, why were you looking up Paris Hilton? Is that who it was?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh my!
I can neither confirm. That's really funny, Chris, that you just yelled out that name out of all names. No, but I walked in. I got called into the office, and I sat down. And all my boss. I loved her. She was great. Her name was Sharon. Amazing boss. She just slid the piece of paper in front of me.
You knew.
Said, "Did you visit this account?" And I looked. Yeah. She was like, "We're gonna have to write you up for this, and if you do it again, we're gonna have to fire you." And I said, "I'll never do it again." And I got out of there as soon as possible. I took everything, but it was not good. Not good.
Just curiosity, huh? He's like, I wonder how much they have in their account.
Yeah. I mean, before I got caught, I did look up athletes. And,
oh my God! I'm so glad you're sitting in this seat now.
Yes, I'm so happy you're not doing any job that can be dangerous to people's futures.
This was in the first year that I was there. I learned my lesson thoroughly.
Chris, as I said, as soon as they walked in, they was like,
"Yeah,
that's our guy right there.
That's our window.
We're gonna take him down."
Yep.
Just lucky I didn't get caught for like. I can't even say. I'll tell you guys off break whose account I saw and how much money they had sitting in their checking account.
And this was how long ago, too, by the way?
2009, 10. Way before I became a good person.
Didn't Bank America end up getting in trouble? Or was that it was one of those banks got in trouble?
All of them get in trouble for selling information. But
I heard folks like you.
I wasn't selling any information. I was just wanting to see what was going on.
Curious.
I didn't check their account activity, which I could have. been like, oh, they bought this here. I'm going to go up there. You know, I'm not that creepy.
Well, that's stock.
Oh yeah, you're not that bad.
I'm not that creepy.
This is amazing, by the way. We're supposed to be doing.
How are we supposed to do baseball picks under
I
these
don't think we can
circumstances?
anymore. I think we gotta push it. You guys never did it? Well, I mean,
No, Scrape. We didn't. We didn't do it.
Really?
okay.
Like you work at a bank, you're looking at people's account information? That's unbelievable.
It only happened for a little bit, and then I got in
Only
trouble.
for a little bit.
I can't stop laughing at this because it is quite hilarious, Scrape.
But you were saying that I may have gotten robbed or whatever. I actually did get robbed when I worked in San Francisco, and they're called quick change artists.
How long did you work in the banking industry?
8 years. I was a teller supervisor when I finished. I was also the merchant teller, which took in around $150,000 in cash a day. Guess what? Always balanced at the end of the day.
Yeah, I bet.
But there was a guy who walked in. He had about $5,000 in hundreds, and he handed it to me. He said, "Can I get 50s for these?" And I said, you know, it's pretty annoying that he wants
$5,000 in hundreds.
in hundreds, and he wanted $5,000 in 50s. He just wanted 50s instead of hundreds. So I had to go get it from the vault. I come back. I'm starting to count it out, and then he's like starting to ask me questions as I'm counting it out.
He's trying to
And then
what did I tell you, Chris? This is what I'm talking
Hey,
about.
That window right there.
Hey, this guy was so good that no one saw it coming. But so when I started getting mad at him because I counted out the 50s, he goes, "What are you doing? I asked for 20s." And I'm like, what? You did not ask for 20s. You asked for 50s, bro.
Yeah.
I had to go to the vault to get those 50s. And as I was getting all mad and talking to my boss, he took the cash off the counter and put it into this folder that he had on the thing that
The original 5,000 in hundreds.
yeah, well, he kept going like that. And then I was so mad, I just grabbed it and I threw it in my drawer. And then he was like, "You know what? I'm out of here." And he walked out. And then
How
at
much
the end
did
of the
he get from
day,
you?
$3,000.
He got an extra 3 on you.
$3,000. Yeah, he got
See,
$3,000.
The thing about criminals like that, they can sniff out a mark really
I'm
easy.
not a mark.
You are 1,000%.
I was
apart.
actually the bank's
dog. They got you for 3 extra.
and that's the only time in my 8 years that I ever had anything happen like that.
I'm sure there are people who've been there 8 years and never had 0 taken.
Scrape, I got a 20 here. Can I get 5 5s, please?
I hate you guys.
Let's get to
That was one of the worst moments of my life, but you know what? It taught me a lot. Never trust anyone ever again.
you know what? You definitely have learned because you don't trust very many people.
I don't
You
trust
are-
anyone anymore.
You are
I actually got in trouble once when I worked at the bank for looking up a celebrity, and it was totally wrong on my part. Totally wrong.
Looking up their account number?
Just I searched her name in the account system, and
Scrapey. What is wrong with you?
I was like 19.
You'd
I
be better
thought it
off.
was
You would be
cool.
better. You'd be better off admitting that you wore your underwear inside out. Frankly,
This guy is just searching up people's accounts.
it only happened that one time because I got caught.
oh,
How did
my
you get caught?
goodness.
The account was flagged, and anybody taking a look at it gets logged. And so I got called into the boss's office like 3
And
days
what did
later.
that come? I'm sorry, I gotta ask, but nobody's supposed to be doing this preview. What did that conversation? How did it go?
Well,
Like,
Why were you looking up Paris Hilton? Is that who it was?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh my!
I can neither
goodness.
confirm. That's really funny, Chris, that you just yelled out that name out of all names.
No.
But I walked in, I got called into the office, and I sat
Oh my
down,
gosh.
and all my boss, I loved her. She was great. Her name was Sharon. Amazing boss. She just slid the piece of paper in front of me.
you knew
Said,
what
"Did
time
you
it was.
visit this account?" And I looked. Yeah. She was like, "We're gonna have to write you up for this, and if you do it again, we're gonna have to fire you." And I said, "I'll never do it again." And I got out of there as soon as possible. I took everything, but it was not good. Not good.
Just curiosity, huh? He's like, I wonder how much they have in their account.
Yeah. I mean, before I got caught, I did look up athletes. And,
Oh my god! I'm so glad you're sitting in this seat now. instead of
Yes, I'm so happy you're not doing any
bank.
job that can be dangerous to people's futures.
this was in the first year that I was there. I learned my lesson
As
thoroughly.
Chris, as I said,
I believe this is going to be a very short segment. Since it's going to be so short, I'll just finish up my thoughts on Fernando Tatis Jr. after sending it to Sam. I would have felt differently now that I remember what I was going to say. I would have felt differently had we not spent like the first month and a half talking about hard hit baseballs. Like he was just like, if he just looked terrible. Only thing that looked terrible was the 0 in his home run thing. I mean, he didn't swing it good for like the first month and some change. But after that, he was getting hits. He just wasn't hitting homers. And so I think if you're a guy like Toddy and you're not getting hit and you're not hitting homers, but you're getting hits, I can justify the homer part. I know he's also exceptional enough to go on a run like he has and make it look, not as bad as it could have gone. And I just felt like all year long, after that first month and a half, he swung the bat pretty good. He just had to figure out how to get it in the air. And then once he started getting in the air, it was just like a matter of time before the homer started coming. And here he is closing in on 20 pretty quickly.
Yeah, 20's looks like it's going to be light work at this point, Tony. Look, his OPS went over the 800 mark yesterday for the first time this year. It's up to 814. That is from a season low of, let's say, 581, 579, which was in May. And the thing that I kept saying over and over again was, because I agree, Tony Scraby was talking to me during the break, and he's saying, you never gave up on Fernando. You just couldn't believe that this was happening. And I guess it's really true. I mean, you go to believe this guy is an incredible player, and he's showing it again. But this is a guy, Tony, in his career, if you take everything into consideration, beginning of a season, the 40 home run year, the off year, the this, that, the playoffs, everything he's ever done, he's averaged 1 home run every 20 times up. All right, so that's a pretty large sample size, 7-8 years worth of baseball. 1 home run every 20 times he comes to the plate. This year, he went 254 plate appearances without a home run. And that just boggles the mind that the game of baseball could do that to a player that talented, right? And now you see what he's doing. He's got 9 home runs in his last 71 plate appearances, which factors out to less than 8, 1 per 8. And so now he's this hot on the other side. It is crazy that the game is like this. And one thing I credit him is because I know he had to be so low down at the end of May when he had the 0 there. People kept talking about it. He kept hitting fly balls to the warning track. And he was able to find his way out of it. And I give him a lot of credit for that, Tony, because it couldn't have been easy for him.
I think these things happen more often than we think they do. I think it's happening to our guy. And so it feels a lot worse. I would say his year is that month and a half he's having is pennies compared to what Kyle Riley is going through this year. Like, so we get one of these guys so often every year that just, it's an anomaly. Like, yo, this dude was an MVP last year. Now he is struggling just to, quite frankly, put the ball in play on most nights. And so baseball's hard, man. I can't express that enough. It is a very, very tough game, especially now. And these guys are under probably a bigger spotlight than anybody in our generation ever played under, given, how we kind of report things these days. All right, let's get to break. When we return, we heard from the Padres owners. We heard from Kwanzaa and Jose, and we'll tell you exactly what they said if you didn't get a chance to hear it. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
The biggest guests in San Diego sports.
Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Scraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick, so goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, And I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break and the commercials did not play. And the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Scraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm gonna laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Scraby, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. That was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. It doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh, man. This is hot. Not that bad, though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not gonna lie. My mouth is like getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I gotta go with the milk. My mouth is dying right now. Yeah, this is not fun, guys. Never gonna do that again because my mouth is on fire. Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help. And there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Scraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick. So, goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break and the commercials did not play. And the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Scraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm gonna laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Scraby, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. That was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. It doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh, man. This is hot. Not that bad, though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not going to lie. My mouth is, like, getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I got to go with the milk. My mouth is dying right now. Yeah, this is not fun, guys. Never gonna do that again because my mouth is on fire. Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right, well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Scraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick, so goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break, and the commercials did not play. And the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Scraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm gonna laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Scravy, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says...
Work with Eric. We have been blessed with a team in a city that is supporting us in a way that is allowing us to invest back in that team, in the stadium, and that city. And we're committed to doing that. Mm-hmm. And again, I think we are going to live, within our means. And that could mean different things in different years. But again, we want to win. And we're going to continue supporting that goal in many different ways. And that means that at some moments, to use your phrase, we're going to be aggressive. Some people might look at that way, but we're always going to do it, kind of with keeping the long-term health of the team in mind. And I think those are things that we're going to balance, but we're thinking about this in not only next week or next series, we're thinking about this, in seasons, decades. And I think our commitment to this city and to this team is that we're going to continue to do that. And again, hopefully win along the way.
Jose Feliciano, he and Kwanzaa Jones officially introduced today as the ownership of the San Diego Padres, a rip-roaring press conference that took place a couple of hours ago. You heard it here, all of it, on 97.3 The Fan, and that was a little piece of Mr. Feliciano talking about keeping it up, Tony Gwynn Jr., and look, they do have, something to live up to. And frankly, as they come into the ownership of the Padres, and we welcome you back to the Gwynn and Chris show. Tony is down at Petco where the Padres play again tonight against the Pirates. But this is really the first time. I'm thinking out loud here, Tony. And I'm thinking this might be the first time in the history of this franchise that a new ownership comes in and actually has something to live up to.
Yeah.
Think about it. The Seidlers took over. And we win anything that's going to be good compared to what used to be before the Seidlers. And And granted, they had a couple of winning moments along the way, you know, with John Moores, they had the one, and Ray Kroc, you know, way back after he passed, but those were never consistently good franchises like you have now.
It's a great point. It's a great point. This is probably the biggest pair of shoes any owner has had to put on coming into owning this franchise, because there hadn't been a ton of success. As you said, this is the longest sustained amount of success this organization has had. And with that now comes fans' expectations. Fans, before now, you could have picked up the Padres and had just a blank canvas to create whatever you wanted. And for a long time, owners didn't have any type of imagination at all. And then all of a sudden, the Seidlers, Peter Seidler, takes over this organization. And along with Ron Fowler, I can't forget that, because he was part of the beginning of this. And they took that canvas and they started to allow A.J. Preller to paint. And now there comes this expectation for Kwanzaa and Jose, and it sounds like they are more than up for the task of continuing to have an imagination of where this organization can go.
Yeah, I think John Moores did a great job in his time, but I don't think that even John Moore, he did a lot of things in this community as well. You talk about your dad's stadium at San Diego State. So many things John Moores had his hands involved in, an incredible part of this community. But I agree with you in the sense that the Seidlers and Ron Fowler, they started dreaming of things that we had never even dreamed of here. And that's why people who say, well, the dumbest thing we ever did was sign Eric Hosmer or trade for whatever that was. That a trade? I can't even put it out of my mind now. Free agency. Dumbest thing we ever did. Well, you know what? It didn't really work out okay in a vacuum the way a lot of us hoped it would. But didn't that beget Manny Machado? And didn't that then beget the next one and the next one and the next one? And all of a sudden, and even though Xander Bogaerts has not played to the level you wish that contract, they started doing things that we had never even thought possible around here. And I think a lot of people, a lot of the fans even said, instead of sitting back and go, wow, we appreciate this, we're like, wait, do we know what we're doing here? But it has put the Padres in a position where they are more than relevant. And even the Juan Soto trade, and nobody's a bigger, hater, right, of Juan Soto than I am. I'm a hater of the way he plays the game, Tony, but I am not a hater of what he did in terms of bringing relevance to this franchise. And that was part of being a big deal.
No doubt. So I don't disagree with you at all. I think that is it's a good place for this franchise to be in. The fact that owners or new ownership is coming in and they have a bar to reach that is higher than it's ever been. That's a great thing for the city. We now have it sounds it's funny, it's not funny at the same time. We now have like high expectations, right? I mean, it sounds crazy, but we didn't know what to have at first, right? For a long time, it was just like, well, we'll see. Well, I mean, I still distinctly remember us covering Manny Machado's possible signing, and I not believing a word of it until the actual day it happened, because that is what we had become accustomed to. Every offseason, some new name would pop up and it'd be like, oh, the Padres, and it'd just be like, come on, man, that's not happening. And I thought the same thing. And so now, fast forward to now, Jose and Kwanzaa now have to step into these shoes, and it's just listening to both of them talk today. As I said earlier, you can't help but feel some excitement about what's ahead.
Yeah, and again, we kind of do think back and honor the Seidler ownership, but now on into this one, because you're right, Manny Machado signing here was something that could not happen, but now that that's happened, almost anybody potentially could sign here, and we wouldn't even be that shocked about it. That's how much it's changed. You no longer have doubts when you hear a rumor about the Padres signing somebody. You actually be like, oh, yeah, that's going to happen. That would be good.
I heard Juan Soto is going to be a free agent.
He's coming back.
Years.
He's coming back.
10 years.
Wonderful. We'll take a break. We're coming back. I know that. So you want me to say hello?
No, it's okay.
All right, well, wait.
Did you get my text about Ketel Marte on Friday? Did you read that?
I thought, no. Wait, yes. I don't know. There was a lot of text this weekend.
There was a
Hi,
lot
guys.
of text.
I'm back.
Hey. The Ketel Marte text was about him being at a casino on Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
And Torey Lovello said that he's on the IL. He did his work. He's allowed to do whatever he wants.
Can I
Tony,
talk
some
about this real
perspective?
quick?
Yes.
My perspective is that if you don't want to play for Torey Lovello, you are an idiot. Because Torey Lovello is doing everything in his power to protect Ketel Marte. And I really hope he sees this. He sees what his manager is doing. He's having to be the one that stands up in front of the reporters, answer these questions. He has to also keep his clubhouse intact because these guys are like, yo, Ketel's at a freaking casino. We in here trying to save our playoff chances. He's our best player. Like, I'm all for, and Chris and I have talked about it. I am sensitive to this because it might be some mental health stuff, but it doesn't. Both things can be true. There could be some mental health issues that potentially could be leading to this, behavior. On the other hand, though, his teammates still have a right to feel the way they feel. I mean, they are.
Yeah, going to the talking stick casino during a game is not winning a lot of points with me. Even though I'm trying to stick up for him.
Me and you both. I just can't fathom
I can't either.
making that decision to after I finished all my work with my knee that I needed to do. I'm gonna go to the casino now where I know someone's gonna have a camera phone.
There's no way you're not going to be seen, right?
This is not gonna look good. Even if I'm in the right, even if Torey Lovello says he is 100% true, I know how it's going to look. I also know that my teammates are going to see this, and it may look a certain way to them too.
Yeah.
They are on the field busting their behind. By the way, some guys are hurt. They're in uniform.
That's the other thing is that it was a home game.
Yeah, I've kind of lost it for Ketel, man. I gave him as much as I could, but that one lost me. And,
he looked like he was chilling too. Like he was like, if at least give me like I'm trying to hide out. Like I want to have like a hat on or something. He was just like out in the open, like it was the off season.
I'm addicted to this gambling thing. I got to sneak in here and play some baccarat, but
it is so funny.
I don't know that the Diamondbacks can bring him back, but they say they're going to bring him back next week when he's off the
Francis
IL.
Romero,
so we'll see.
Thanks to Mime Jr. on the chat. Ketel Marte is tentatively expected to be activated next Tuesday. The infielder began his knee, blah, 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 blah.
Is there a point? Go ahead, Tony. Sorry.
The only thing that can save this if Ketel Marte comes back and plays like an MVP. That is literally the only thing that would at least give it some space for his teammates to be like,
yeah, but is there even a point where isn't there a point where if you're Torey Lovello almost where you almost think that they're doing more harm than good by even putting him in just because of the rest of the attitude, or would the players be willing to say, let's give him a shot? Like,
I just think I think you have to be realistic in terms of, are you a better team without him than you are with him? And I don't know that they can, as much as it probably is the right thing to do, not let him play. If you are really serious about making the postseason, I don't know that you could say Ketel Marte is got to be off. You've already gone this far and defended him in the public's sphere at this point. You might as well see it through at this point. Now, anything else pop off even a little bit at this point? Maybe you cut your ties at that point.
I love Torey Lovello. I think he does a really good job of handling players. He's putting himself and his reputation at risk at this point. Like,
I think everybody sees what he's trying to do. Tony's on it.
Yeah.
I think people are smart enough to see that he's trying to protect his player. But that's what a good manager does.
At what point do you not? At what point do you stop protecting
who are you?
Someone?
The players? Who is that?
Torey Lovello.
Or Torey.
Yeah, Torey.
Torey's going to do what he thinks is best for his team. I think that's the first and foremost why he's doing that. I think he does genuinely care about Ketel. He's had him for however long Ketel has been a Diamondback. however long Torey Lovello's been a Diamondback, Ketel has been his guy. So I don't doubt that there is a true care and a relationship between the two. And I think that also plays a part in it. But I also think Torey is smart enough to know I got 25 other dudes in here that I have to, pay attention to. He's not the only star over there, by the way. So, I'm reluctant a little bit because he could be going through something we don't know about, but it ain't a good look. I know that. And this is from somebody who was defending him just 2 days ago.
Yeah, we tried. Tony and I we did. And, we tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. But as you said, even if you're having some mental problems, somebody around you ought to be smart enough to say, well, let's just not go to the casino today. Probably not great.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't know.
Sometimes you just can't reason with people.
All right. So is there anything as crazy as that is there anything crazier than the news that came out of Cleveland today, guys?
I don't think so.
That Deshaun Watson has earned the starting job with the Cleveland Browns, who now officially, if they weren't already, have to be the dumbest, but certainly the most tone-deaf organization in sports history. They brought this guy in. They gave him $230 million guaranteed, even after he had been accused by more than 24 women of what it was that he was, up to in those massage sessions. He served an 11-game there was no criminal charges ever filed against him, but
he just got the last 2 cases dismissed. It was 30 cases in total.
Got down to 28.
He just got rid of the last 2. So right. I think they've all been settled or dismissed.
So they've all been given their money. Well, he's got plenty of money to give them to make them go away. He's already served an 11-game suspension, paid a $5 million fine, supposedly completed a treatment program. All of these things he had to do just to play for the Browns. And now he has actually played for the Browns some in 2023 and 2024. His record 9-10, his QB rating 33.1 would be last in the entire NFL if he had enough starts to qualify. So even when he's played for the Browns, he's been practically the worst quarterback in football. And now he's getting booed by his own fans. And then the other day, Tony, he criticized those fans for the audacity they had to boo him. And today, he's the guy. And the first thing he said today is, I want to apologize for ripping the fans.
Well, that's...
Did he really?
Yes, he did.
Yes, at least he was not tone deaf enough to realize that he better say something there.
This is serious. This is a serious question, and I want your opinion because I've kind of, I don't know how I should feel about it. In that little rant he gave yesterday, it seemed to take issue with the fact that when he tore his Achilles, they were cheered. Does what are you guys looking at?
I'm giving me that Sun Moon song has been sent down, but we'll get to that in just a second.
Okay,
thank you, Greg.
I know where Tony's going with this. I know, but so we should finish this.
Yes, you should.
Yeah, so I think, I don't know. Obviously, let's put for a second the charges or the things that he's had to do from that standpoint. Is it all that out of the craziness for him to feel a way that when he tore his Achilles, however many people were in the building that day were cheering that he tore his Achilles? Like, as a human, I would think that would stick with you for a little bit. Now, that's not to say that they don't have a right to boo, because as you mentioned, his actual quarterback play there has been atrocious compared to the amount of money they spent to bring him in. But I think is there space to separate his feelings, because he brought that up specifically, which means he obviously has been thinking about it since he tore it however many years ago. And I guess my question for you guys is it bad? Is it wrong for him to feel that way and express it for that specific play or thing that happened?
No, he had every right to be. I think maybe calling it disrespectful He thinks, he might think that the fans are going to take that the wrong way. If I was him, I might have just said, look, I thought it was really difficult for me to swallow when I got hurt to be booed.
Okay, that's probably a better way to have said it. Yeah.
And just say period. But now you're going to call them disrespectful. Now they're going to come back and be mad at you and explain why they were disrespectful. The whole problem for Deshaun Watson is this whole thing is never going to go away. It's going to be a cloud over the Browns organization as long as he is there. And it's now been a cloud for 6 years, Scrape? When did they originally?
5 years.
Okay, so 5 years.
He's in his final year.
5 years of destroying an entire organization with a stupid decision that was made, and now you're going to triple down on it by making him the face of your franchise again? That just makes no sense.
Let me play devil's advocate for you. If I'm Todd Monken, I might see this, why he did this. I think if he starts Shedeur and it doesn't go well, it's a hell of a lot harder to turn it over to Deshaun Watson at that point. I think it's way easier to let Deshaun go out as the starter, and if he goes to 9-8 or that type of quarterback, it's a lot easier to then take him out, insert Shedeur, right? I just think you're left as the head coach. I think you're left with only one option if you go with Shedeur to start with, because now you got to pivot if it doesn't go well to Deshaun Watson, which you already know how everybody else feels about him. So at least you throw him out there early. And hey, and listen, best case scenario, he's actually pretty good. And, eventually what we do know about fans, I don't care where they are and what state they're in.
No, you're right.
If they start to win ball games,
they
may not forget, but they'll be willing to cheer for a little bit.
Yeah,
at least.
Tyreek Hill had me on the edge of my seat for a while.
And guess what? If he sucks, boom, you can go right to the Sanders kid and be done with it.
And everybody will love you.
I understand.
I think you're onto something there, Tony. I think Todd Monken might be stupid like a fox here. No, seriously. Like he's doing something, everybody's criticizing him, but he may be sitting there going,
is he playing exactly 4D chess?
Well, I don't know if I'm going to go there.
I think he's playing 4D chess over here.
I said stupid like a fox. That's as much compliment as I'm going to give him.
That's as far as
I'm going.
All right, you guys, what? I'm pretty stunned by this maneuver by the Padres.
What, that Sun Moon Song? He's not even playing.
Official, but Sun Moon Song appears to be packing, according to Jeff Sanders.
Yeah, well, he's not even playing at all. I mean, what do we need him for? I hate to say.
Dustin Harris is in the clubhouse.
Oh, that I don't get. I don't know.
So apparently he had been tearing up the PCL, Dustin Harris.
I thought maybe they were it was time to get Samad Taylor back, and then they just go ahead and part with Sun Moon, but Song is
I think this is a push. I think Song wasn't getting any burn. It didn't look like he was going to get anytime soon. Take a flyer on Harris, who's ripping it up. That's the thing. When Song was getting the opportunity, he wasn't really doing much offensively.
No,
he's great defensively, but that doesn't seem to be an issue for our team. We're playing defense. It's not
and
like
I hate to say the last image I have of Sun Moon Song was being put in the game as
ball
a pinch
in the right field.
Well, right before that, he got put in for a pinch runner and got picked off before he even led off first base. So that didn't exactly go over too well either.
Those are the last two memories.
Yeah,
I guess I don't know why I'm so surprised. I think maybe because he has been playing a lot and it just seemed like he was going to be on the roster for the rest of the year.
He did a great job filling in defensively. You got to give him that. But, and I said this 1,000 times, and I'm not a hitting coach, but until somebody teaches that kid how to hit the ball on the ground, I don't think he's going anywhere. He hits the ball in the air way too often for somebody that doesn't have any power. He's got to put the ball on the ground and use his speed, and I hope they can use it working with him. Huh?
He's got to learn to hit the ball the other. Everything he hits hard is to the pull side. Teams know it, and they just throw him away, and he gets those weak pop-ups because he's pull conscious.
Yeah. Even if he hit a weak grounder to second base, though, he could at least maybe beat it out. He's got no chance to beat out a pop-up to short right field.
I saw our guy Clark Farenthold tweet out that Jace Bowen, when he went from second to home against the Mets, he was running at 30.2 feet per second. How crazy is
That
who's
fast?
You don't
faster?
even know what that means.
No, I do know what
I don't
that
either.
means. No, I
He
do know what
doesn't
that
know.
means.
What does it mean?
Tell me in miles per hour. That'll
gosh,
that's
I
how
have no
everybody.
idea.
That'll
But
be
no,
on.
I look up on the board all the time, and they have their speed.
No, I understand that you can look at a board and it tells you 30 feet per second, but you can't equate that in like what does that mean?
It's
to you?
20.6 miles an hour.
All right, thank you.
There. Now that's
better.
how people can get to it, right? Oh,
I
he's going
mean,
20 miles per hour.
Is Sung Moon Song as fast as Jace Bowen, or is Jace Bowen
No,
like okay?
it's not even. Bowen
Well,
is
neither
like
of
a
them-
wide receiver.
We have 2 minutes left with Tony. I can't miss the opportunity before he has to go. Neither Sun Moon Song nor Jace Bowen are as fast and shifty as 49ers owner Jed York.
Okay.
Okay. Shifty.
Another owner.
Oh,
What
no.
an idiot.
Yeah.
Even
he is.
you have to say he's an idiot, Scrape, for this. Come
he is
on.
an idiot. He is an idiot.
An idiot.
You are the CEO and president of one of the most recognizable sports teams in the world.
What did he get caught doing and admit to it? He basically
Well,
said there's no contest.
Yeah, he admitted
did-
to it because he was caught.
Right.
He's got red-handed.
Yeah.
Or I was going to say
Something-
with his pants down, but I don't know if he got that far. He, I guess, booked a prostitute. I'm trying to be very professional about
Well,
this.
don't be.
He booked a prostitute. He drove to a trailer park in East Palestine, Ohio, and he was set to pay $140. And that's when the police said,
It was a
"Sir,"
sting, was it not?
It was a sting.
Yeah.
It was a sting. So
First
he,
of all, I mean,
yeah. And by the way, he's divorced.
My
He's
man
divorced.
went to
Oh, well, then he's fine.
Wait, did you say he went to a?
He went to a trailer
Did-
park.
A trailer
you say
park.
he went to a
and-
trailer
yeah.
park.
That's where I guess the action was going to
I
happen.
don't know why. I think it would have been
Tony's
somehow
not
better if he'd at least
there.
gone to the Ritz-Carlton. But it's terrible either way. It's a terrible look for somebody who owns a football team.
I have seen the trailer park that
Oh, it's
is in
nice?
question. It's a
good-
decent looking
good
trailer
one.
park.
Sure.
It's not like one of those. Like, I can't.
What is going on with
Tony
our
can't-
world right now?
So is he now? Is he in the Robert Kraft Club? Or are we gonna?
Sure he is. He's
All
in the
right.
slime ball sex club with the Robert Kraft and the rest of some of these yo-yos.
Yo, Robert was at. Where was Rob? Where was
He was
Rob
at all
He was-
the with the bathhouses or whatever he
no,
was
it was
doing.
a massage parlor himself.
Massage parlors.
These owners are wild, man.
Oh, Andy says,
I'm
"What
telling
is?"
you.
Because I read it this morning. It said he was possessing criminal tools, and the same thing I thought. I was like, "Man, that's serious." He was. What is he gonna like hurt this person? No, it was his cell phone that he used to book the event.
That's called a criminal tool.
Yes, because it
I
helped
don't know.
him facilitate
I think-
the crime.
I think that what that description is accurate. I just think Jed York is a criminal tool. I think that's pretty much describes him. So
Hey, I got
Oh, my
no
man.
issues with you guys making fun of him because you do something like this, you
come
deserve
on,
it.
people.
And his
Come
mugshot with the chest hair hanging out of his orange jumpsuit.
That's a billionaire right there. I mean, that's what it looks like. He looks like, man, this sucks. I got caught, but that's all right. I'm gonna make bail here in a sec, and I'm out.
Yeah,
We're gonna
$1,100
forget
bucks.
all
He's
about
gone.
this.
1,100. That's it.
Yeah, it was bail.
Oh. Man, this dude is gonna ruin his life over $140.
He is, first of all, he is not ruining his life. If you don't knock it off, Robert Kraft didn't ruin his life.
I
either.
guess you're right.
They-
Okay.
They will. They
When's the
will
last
be
time
fine.
Robert Kraft showed up? Everyone around him didn't go, Robert Kraft, oh my God.
This is true. This is true. They also give him a standing ovation when he walks into a
Probably women would murder
Where are we-
themselves to
where
get
are we
into
going
Robert
with
Kraft's
this?
suite.
Okay. I think it's break
and
time.
New York suite for that matter.
Yeah.
Let's
You
get to
owners,
break.
man, you
Hey,
need work out
at
there.
least he
Thankfully, we
wasn't
have
married.
wonderful new owners in San Diego of our baseball team.
That is true.
Oh,
So,
man.
God
All right.
love them.
Thanks, Tony.
More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
run into the basket at Wrigley Field. Song grounding third. He'll get a low 5 from Bob Henley.
Oh, unfortunately for Sun Moon, that would be the only home run he would hit. We welcome you back to Gwynn and Chris. 3:25 is the time. Tony's headed off to get ready for tonight's broadcast. We'll take you the rest of the way. Sun Moon Song, though, will not be there tonight to welcome you to Petco Park. He is being. Well, has it actually happened, or is it just
it's
still
not
being
official,
rumored?
but
It's cleaning out his locker.
Yeah, you don't usually pack.
Not
when you're
really.
not going anywhere.
You don't normally. I've never seen any player pack their clothes up before they suit up
That's
for the
gotta
game.
be a really terrible feeling.
Well, I hope and I assume that Tony Patrica and the equipment staff are in there, helping get some of that stuff done, because it would be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You remember the trade a couple of years ago before the Korea game, where
yes,
Steven Wilson,
yes.
they had to stop the airplane from taking off for Korea. They had to jump underneath the plane and dig his bags out.
Yep.
So because he was being traded to the White Sox and he wasn't making the trip, but his bags were already on the plane.
And Dylan Cease didn't have a passport, so he had to
things like this
look for
happen.
it.
Yeah, things like this are going to happen. But Sun Moon Song, 1 home run, gave him some help on the bases, stole 12, got caught 4 times, pretty good percentage for a young player. The 202 batting average, 569 OPS. And let's be honest, I thought he played great defense. He made his lasting impression was the throw in the game the other day, a lot, when they lost to the Mets. But overall, I was really impressed with Song. At third, at short, at second, he made a lot of plays.
It is official now, by the way. The Padres have tweeted out. They are selecting Dustin Harris, as we said, and then they're transferring Lucas Giolito to the 60-day IL. Remember him?
No. Put him out of my mind long ago.
No.
But anyway, now, again, the rosters increase on Saturday. Is the
September 1st? Yeah.
September 1st is that? I don't know if that's Saturday. Sunday. It's coming up anyway. So they could end up bringing
next
Song.
Tuesday.
All right. Thank you. My calendar's off here. But yeah, so they could end up bringing Song back. It'd be interesting to see which 2 players the Padres, do bring back.
Yeah.
Or call up for that. But anyway.
Sorry, Casey Mize, I was wondering if he was going to be put on the IL, but it doesn't seem like he's
ankle
going to
injury.
be.
That's what I was worried about, of course, was groin.
Yeah, me too.
He'd hurt that 3 times this year. And when he started, limping around on the mound, I'm like, oh no,
absolutely.
This is exactly what we did not want.
Yep.
So ankle was almost good news. Hopefully he's able to make his next start. Musgrove's got to be getting fairly close.
Oh,
if
I have
not
an update.
close.
I have an update on that from our guy Jeff Sanders. He said that he is going to pitch in another game, minor league game, and then he's going to. Here it is. Musgrove says his next rehab is going to be with the Chihuahuas. Wasn't sure if the date this week could be his last before return. If he gets up to 6 innings pitched, 85 pitches or so.
So if all goes well, Musgrove early to middle next week. So he's here for September, basically. He's got to be called up for September.
Yes.
Because if he's not, I don't think he can be on the playoff roster. That used to be the rule. I think it still is.
There's a lot of rules, yes.
Right. But I think you have to be on the active roster before September to be eligible for the playoffs. So anyway, all right, Musgrove hopefully soon. I'm honestly worried Musgrove's going to throw his arm out trying to get ready to come back.
He is throwing a lot
Seems
of
like
pitches.
he's pitching. He has a 30th game.
It is really crazy.
He's worn out. Poor guy. Padres.
You're right. Players acquired in September or later. September 1st is the cutoff. You cannot play. Yeah, you're right. So he has to be on the roster by September 1st.
I think so. So that's I'm sure what they'll do. Great weekend though for the Padres. Look, it was I didn't realize it watching it, but that was the first time all year that they've scored 6 or more runs in all 3 games of a series.
Really?
Yeah. They scored 4 in an inning in each of the 3 games and did not hit a home run in any of those innings. So that means everybody was getting in on it. Hit there, double, walk, stealing base, error, moving guys up. I mean, everybody contributing to those innings. It wasn't just like get a couple guys on and somebody hits a bomb, which is nice, but they were showing other ways to score. They had 2 more quality starts. Walker Buehler, the guy's been a godsend for this team. I know he had a rough go there in July, but Walker Buehler, you could not have asked for more than he's been able to give you, I don't think. And, I'll be honest with you, when they get it, and I'm going to say it in the most positive way I can, but when they get into the playoffs, look, Buehler's not going to be part of the starting staff, right? They're going to have King. They're going to have hopefully Musgrove or whatever. They're going to have, Robbie Ray or Mize or whoever they go with. But I'll tell you one thing, if it's early in a ball game, somebody needs to be bailed out. You can put a whole lot worse people in a game than Walker Buehler. This guy's he's a gamer. He's going to battle for you. And I respect that. And really Walker Buehler has been really good this year, more than they could have expected. 26 starts he's made this year. And, he's a
gamer.
Yeah, he's been there all year. Who else has been in the starting rotation the whole year? I think nobody. Michael King been in all year?
No. Vasquez has been
Vasquez was in and out. Yeah, that's it.
Obviously not.
Buehler's the only guy that's been in the rotation the whole year. So there's something for that.
That is true.
Yeah.
I just got to clean this up on Joe Musgrove.
Okay.
He's on the 40-man roster.
So he's already
fine.
good for September. Okay.
Yeah, he's on
the
40-man
roster means you're okay for the playoffs, even if you're not called up.
Yes.
Okay. I'm glad you did clear that up because I wasn't sure if 40-man roster qualified you.
Someone's asking, when was King not in it?
I thought he went out for a little
I
time.
Did too.
Maybe
I did
not.
Too.
Maybe let me look. I'll look while I'm talking about Michael King. Yes, last night, just a little, I'm just throwing this in. Went to Coronado. They have concerts every Sunday night in the park there at Coronado.
Oh, no, he's made every start 26.
Okay, so yeah, he's got 26 also. All right, so all right, thank you. Our people don't miss anything.
No, I'm with you, though, because I felt like he missed a little
snuck
time.
out for a little bit, but anyway. All right, so we're at the concert last night down at Coronado. They really do a nice job. The free concerts, believe me, the word has gotten out now. Like it used to be, my wife and I used to go to this and bring some friends, and we'd be like one of, let's just say 500 people there sitting in the park watching this free concert. Now it's like 2,000 people. Like everybody shows up. So it's just crazy madhouse.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's too bad, but all good things. This is what happens to all good things. The word gets out. Everybody wants to show up. It's free, and people come.
Is that the reason that people are going, or is the music
because it's
actually
free?
good?
The music was great last night. They had a band from Nashville. They had a couple of special guests. One was Uncle Cracker, who I believe is a fairly well-known star.
Yeah, I remember.
The other
that.
was a lady by the name of Sarah Evans, who I believe has won a bunch of country music awards. I don't follow country music that closely, but she performed. Anyway, here's why I brought this up. We're sitting there with me and Lori and Kylie, and walking by goes, a lot of different people, but there goes a guy walking with his wife, and I think a baby in the stroller there. I go, well, that looks like Michael King. And Lori goes, well, maybe it is, though. I think a lot of the players live in Coronado.
Yeah,
and I said, you know what? That is Michael King. It was, an hour and a half after the game, and he's taking a little stroll with the family, and some fans then recognized him and said hello, and he said hello. And so it's just fun to see those guys out in the real world.
In the wild.
In the wild, yeah. So, yeah, Michael was taking it a little bit. I don't know that he stopped at the concert. He was kind of walking through. But, I think he's a Coronado resident. I think many of them are. So that was kind of nice. All right.
Mime Jr. says something that I have to address on the
Yes.
chat. Elo hates community. That is not
Elo
true.
hates what?
Community. Because you're saying that too many people are showing up at this. If there's someone who hates community on the show, it's
Community?
me.
What does that have to
Like
mean?
a lot of people.
I love a lot of people, but I mean, it's not as good of an event when there's,
Chris
How do I say
likes
this?
community. I do not like lots of people.
You know that I go to a thing on Friday nights in Del Mar.
I do.
That's a free comedy show.
Yes, I do.
That
know
Lori and
that.
I discovered like 4 years ago. Every Friday, it's the first Friday of every month.
And you've told me about this.
And there's 4 or 5 comedians, and they're good. There's a guy named Mel Hall, who's a San Diego guy who's performed here many times, but so have many other comedians.
You said Mal?
Mal, yeah.
Oh, I love
great
Mal
guy. I
Hall.
love Mal. So there's a lot of people who perform, and so Lori and I discovered it. We used to go, but it was free, and it started at 8:00 on Friday night. And so we would show up at 7:30 and sit our chairs out and, enjoy this concert, bring some food and, soft drinks for us. We're we don't drink too much, but a lot of people have wine and stuff and watch the comedians. Now you honestly have to get there like 5:30, 5:45, or you won't get a seat. So I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying things become so popular that they're not as,
I get it. I'm with you.
Okay. Saturday was a cool day. Part of the day was a tribute to one of our greats in San Diego, a legend who passed earlier this month, was honored Saturday. I was there at the Rock Church, Billy Ray Smith's service. Wait till you hear who showed up for Billy Ray Smith.
Dignitaries?
Dignitaries, indeed. We'll talk about that when we come back as Gwynn and Chris continues. It's something you need to hear.
From the first pitch.
we need each other. And that's what Jose and I together have built a life on understanding that it is together. And when we are all in, and you all heard the song as we walked in, we are all in. It's not lip service. Just as when you do the work that you do, and you do the work you do, and all of you all do the work that you do, we take it as a baseline that in everything everyone does, you're all in. And for Padres, we are. And we are absolutely committed to this organization, and we are absolutely overjoyed. And we understand, if you heard it, we're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to win and win it all. We hope it's sooner rather than later.
I kind of like her.
Kwanzaa's into it.
She's got a character.
She does. She said they're going to win it all. She might be right. They keep playing the way they did this weekend. They may be winning it all sooner rather than later.
They are, as they said, undefeated as owners because the official
day was
thing
Friday.
happened on Friday before the game.
Yeah, this crazy Padres season continues tonight with the Pirates coming in to start a 3-game series. They got swept in L.A. over the weekend. It wasn't long ago that the Pirates were right in the middle of this race. Bad luck, though. I mean, they lost Ryan O'Hearn. The former Padre was right in the middle of their lineup, having a big year. O'Neal Cruz was out for a while, just returned. Paul Skeens has not been Paul Skeens. And so the Pirates are no longer in the running. Skeens is going to pitch tomorrow, but a guy who's way better than him is pitching tonight. You don't know him, but his name is Braxton Ashford. He's Ashcraft, I think it is.
Yeah, Ashcraft. Yeah.
Ashcraft. He's 13-5.
Did they face? I feel like they faced him earlier in the year.
I don't remember if they faced him the first time around, but
they've got a ton of flame-throwing pitchers.
Ashcraft is having a great year, 13 wins, an ERA under 4. He's probably the best pitcher on the Pirates, on a staff that includes Jared Jones, who's a really good up-and-coming young pitcher, and you know about Skeens, and Mitch Keller's been a solid guy for Pittsburgh for several years.
No, you're right. He did not pitch against
Ashcraft has been great. So the Padres actually will have their work cut out for them tonight. Robbie Ray will pitch for the Friars, and Tony will have the pregame in a little while. Sammy will have the pregame in a little while. Tony and Jesse have the call. Actually, is Tony on TV again?
Tony's back on TV.
Well, look, they win 3 in a row with him on TV. They can't change it.
Yeah.
So that means Jesse, Mr. Scanlon. The Scan Man on the call tonight. All right. Saturday was a cool day for me, Scrape. I had a lot of fun. I had 2 different things I did. And they could not be totally more different, but totally rewarding in their own ways. So I'm going to start. I'll just do it in order of how they happened. The first was going to Billy Ray Smith's services, which were down at the Rock Church. I've never been in the Rock Church before. I've certainly heard many things about it. And Miles McPherson, and he's been on this show. And I can see why he draws a crowd. Because when he speaks, you listen. He's really good.
He's very good.
He's good. I can just say, whoever put the music together for the Billy Ray, this is a 2-hour plus ceremony, and it didn't feel like it. Probably, I don't know, several hundred people were down there, maybe 1,000. I'm not good at rating crowds, but it's pretty filled up in the church. They had the music up on the stage. They had a full orchestra, but they weren't playing big band. They were playing like Billy Ray Smith music that he liked. So they were singing Aerosmith. They were singing Van Halen. Van Hagar, because I guess Billy Ray Smith was great friends with Sammy Hagar, the rock musician. Anyway, these singing guys were incredible. They were like better than the real singers. I was like, wow. So they were great. And then, you see the people that turn out to honor Billy Ray. And, I got a chance, luckily, to work with Billy Ray at the original 690. Like before he and Scott came into the big deal with the 1090, and everybody's, Scott and BR will always be part of our community in radio, and they were, big deal. But before that, Billy Ray and I worked at 690, and it was about 6 months or so, and I think he was just starting out, and I was filling in. And so I was just lucky enough to work with him. And so that was a lot of fun for me to look back on that and realize that I got to be a little part of what happened here. Billy Ray Smith was a tremendous guy. He did do a tremendous a lot. He was a 10-year player for the Chargers, but I think after his career ended in 1992, Scraby. So his career ended 34 years ago. But in those 34 years, I mean, he was the director of sports at Channel 10. He was Ben Higgins way before Ben Higgins. And then, with he and Kimberly Hunt, pretty big power couple in this town, but they went out and did so many things for charity and raised so much money and did so many wonderful things in the community. And you got a sense of all of that at the ceremony. But what I wanted to share with everybody was the fact that the list of people who came out and supported, Billy Ray and were there, maybe wouldn't be surprising to them, but it opened my eyes. There's only, what do you think, Scraby, 25, 30 Hall of Fame quarterbacks that are living right now? 35?
Yeah, probably.
Well, 2 of them were speaking the other day. That's pretty good right off the bat. Drew Brees spoke and Dan Fouts spoke.
Wow.
And, Fouts is just terrific. Drew Brees told some funny stories, of course. John Carney, the old kicker, spoke. Rolf Benirschke spoke. Roger Goodell sent, a letter. The mayor of San Diego spoke. Billy Ray Smith was a big deal in this town. And, I didn't try to go back and, give you everything, but I mean, he's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He was a 2-time All-American. He was the 5th overall selection in the draft. The year that he was picked was 1983. The first pick that year was a guy by the name of John Elway.
I've heard of him.
The second to last pick of the first round that year, well after Billy Ray Smith, was another quarterback, that Dan Marino guy.
I've heard of him too.
You heard of him, yeah. So Billy Ray was 5th pick in that draft, and he played 10 years for the Chargers, and he's part of the all-time Charger team. And, he was just a great, part of that whole franchise. But what struck me was how much, and I also want to say one more thing. I'm kind of doing this all, it's all coming back to me.
Just do it.
I want to give a little credit to Dean Spanos. He was there.
Wow.
He didn't speak, and you can hate him, whatever we're going to ever think of Dean Spanos. I thought that was really a nice touch. He came up, and he was there supporting this. So I appreciated that, just as a fan and understanding. But seeing him, seeing Fouts, seeing Brees, Kellen Winslow was there, another Hall of Famer. He didn't speak, but I saw him. Probably a bunch of people that I, didn't see that were there. I couldn't help but it struck me how big of our part of our community in our world, and somebody just said I don't like community, but a big part of our city, the Chargers were. These names, these people, larger than life figures, the LaDainian Tomlinsons, the Junior Seaus, the Fouts, are you kidding me? And Brees after that, but, Billy Ray, Kellen Winslow, these were larger than life athletes that, I don't know, helped define our city.
LaDainian
They
Tomlinson.
just did. Yeah, LT. I mean, these people defined what we were about in this town. And to know that we don't have that anymore, and it's not coming back anytime soon, if ever, it just really was, it struck me, and I don't want to say it was sad because this was a celebration of Billy Ray's life, but these names, Rolf Benirschke, let me tell you something. Rolf Benirschke was a pretty darn good little kicker in the NFL for the Chargers, but he was not known throughout football circles as, he's not in there with the, some of the greats, but in our hearts he is, because he's one of our guys. And I'll never forget when Rolf Benirschke had a blood disorder, Scraby, and almost died. The guy was down to like 85, 110 pounds, and they brought him out in an exhibition game, and they had to hold him up because he could barely walk, and the 60,000 fans saluted him, and Rolf Benirschke battled his way back and returned to the NFL. That was part of our community. That's part of us all working together. We just don't have that anymore, and we're not going to have it. And that's too bad. And I just was, I'm talking, the ship has sailed. So it's like I can bring them back. But you realize how much these people meant to this community and how much those players still think about San Diego. They were all there in San Diego for Billy Ray Smith. And so it's a little sad in that regard. I want to finish with one neat thing that happened. Billy Ray Smith was a linebacker. And I mean, he was a linebacker's linebacker.
Yeah, he was a mean guy.
Mean bit. Well, not off the field. Yeah, but on the field. And Fouts had a funny line. Somebody asked Fouts, he goes, somebody asked me to think of somebody who didn't like Billy Ray. And Fouts goes, I couldn't think of anybody. And I just drag him out of mind. And Fouts goes, oh, wait a minute. John Elway. Because he used to track him down. That was a good line by Fouts. But Ralph Benerska was up there, and he's talking about Billy Ray Smith. And I understand Ralph Benerska was the kicker for the Chargers back in that day, in the Coryell years. Benerska's field goal won the famous game in Miami, the epic game. He was the guy who kicked that. Billy Ray joined the team a couple years after that. And just so you can understand, preseason football actually meant a little something back in those days. And Rob Benerska is telling the story that they're playing the Saints in a preseason game one night, and Benerska gets hurt during the game. And whoever the punter was who backed up Benerska also got hurt in the game. And they're down 20-18, and there's times running out, and they need a field goal to win. And Coryell's walking up and down, and he's like, what are we going to do? And Billy Ray Smith goes, put me in. I'll kick the field goal. And Coryell's like, yeah, right. Yeah, get out of here. And, you know, apparently Billy Ray talked him into it. So Scraby's going to, if you're watching on YouTube, you're going to pick up some of the highlights. I'll try to kind of explain it to you. So this is the tail end of the highlight package. They're playing the Saints in the ball game. And here we go. 8 seconds left. Now that's Billy Ray Smith. If you're watching on YouTube, he's trying a 34-yard field goal to win the game. And he nails it through, Scrabe, like a solid kick.
That was solid. That was
wasn't
good
just
for
a wobbler
45.
over the bar, right? And now you see that the equipment staff had to come out and remove tape from Billy Ray's cleats because he had the tape on because he's a linebacker.
Yep.
You can't kick with tape on in the NFL. So the first field goal was no good. They took it away after a pass interference penalty. Billy Ray gets another chance. There he is, number 54, celebrating the game-winning kick, and that's a great smile right there.
Yeah,
and there's Jim Lazovic at the very end of it. Remember old Laz?
Way back when.
Yeah, those are old highlights. But I don't know. Billy Ray Smith, man, he's a legend in our community. I was glad I got a chance to be there, and I was glad to see so many greats coming out. I mean,
nice.
Fouts, and I mean, you're talking big-time people. And
they always say that it's better to have a lot of people at your funeral than nobody.
I'll say that's fair. But it's just the sadness that we're not going to have the chart. Like this was such a big thing in this town. It's hard to explain to people now, but it's not coming back, and that's a bummer.
I caught the tail end of Chargers. I started working I started working in radio, work for Chargers radio, so I felt it. I definitely felt the love for this team.
When did the actual Chargers
was it 20
leave for LA?
20.
How many years has it been now?
It's got to be closing in on 7, 8.
I think it's more than that. My machine doesn't want to go.
All right, we'll come back. Chris versus the fans, 833-288-0973. A big qualification for
2017, yeah.
Wow.
8-9 years. More
Padres.
Bill House Studios. We know how. All guests on the program come to you courtesy of the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It's better. Earlier, Sam Levitt used that hotline to visit with Padres CEO Eric Grupner. Talk about today's festivities.
Yes.
Good interview.
Yeah.
First of all. Second of all, Sammy does a good interview. Third, Eric Grupner always does a great interviewee.
Yes, he's
always really
has,
good at it.
He always has something to say that you could take away.
That makes I would like Eric Grupner to be asked in an interview like about me, because he does a good job of saying good things about other people.
Oh, so we should get him on to interview. I gotta think of an angle. Yeah, I gotta think of an angle.
You interview him about me.
Oh, okay, all right.
And so
be
that
like,
Eric Grupner can say,
Chris Ello's actually been an institution.
Like he could make me sound like I'm pretty cool. I think
I need to go to the Eric Grupner school
I will
of
say for Eric Grupner, making me sound great would be one of his bigger challenges, but I think he could pull it off. I think you do it. All right, we're going to get to Chris versus the fans here in a moment. The Padre lineup is out. I'll be honest with you, Scraby. There's a name in there that not many of you are going to recognize. Batting ninth for the Padres today in left field, Dustin Harris. You're going to go, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because Sun Moon Song was sent down today. Dustin Harris has been called up. This is not a career minor leaguer, by the way, Dustin Harris. He has been in the major leagues for parts of each of the last 3 seasons. He played for Texas for 2 years and played some this year with the White Sox. So he is a bit of a known quantity in that regard. Dustin Harris has a couple of career home runs.
Did they
and a
just sign him?
.225 batting average, 89 at bats.
Yes, they did. August 7th.
Yeah.
So, wow. Yeah.
But I guess they signed him August 7th, and he went down. Let me see now. He went down to the minor leagues after he was signed with El Paso.
Yeah, I'm looking at it
and they
right
said
now.
he was red hot. Let's see how hot he was.
I got it if you
He's
want
hitting
it.
350.
He is.
Other than that, he wasn't very hot. Yeah.
For El Paso, 350, 1.039 OPS.
Yeah.
6 home runs in like how many games? 29 games. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So Dustin Harris has been swinging as Mark Grant would like to say, been swinging the shillelagh well.
Yeah, the hot shillelagh.
Yes, down at El Paso. So he makes his Padre debut tonight in left field. You want to run through the rest of the lineup very quickly so we can get to Chris versus the fans?
We need to go. It's Fernando Tatis Jr., Jake Croner in playing right field, Jake Croner batting second, playing second, Manny Machado batting third, playing third, Ty France cleaning up again at first base, Jackson Merrill center field batting fifth. I think that's his spot. Fifth is Jackson's spot.
It's worked out.
Xander Bogaerts moves up to the 6th spot, playing shortstop. Gavin Sheets DHing in the 7th spot. Freddie Fermin catching 8th. Dustin Harris left field 9th. Robbie Ray pitching.
And Braxton Ashcraft, 13-game winner for the Pirates. All right, let's play some Chris versus the fans. Chance to win a big prize or qualify for one at least.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right. I'm going to need a second to read this, but you will be qualified if you beat Chris. First shot at our grand prize, a pair of VIP tickets to Leonard Skinner at Del Mar Arena on September 24th. One legendary rock band, one last summer night on the coast. Surfers Point Live Coastal Concert Series presents Leonard Skinner over 50 years after their debut album introduced the world to an unforgettable sound. They are bringing their timeless catalog to the Del Mar Arena at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Experience the music, the ocean breeze, the crowd surge, and stunning sunset views, complete with elevated food and drink, minutes off the I-5, easily accessible from all of San Diego County. Tickets at cbfproductions.com.
That is Chris
Frank or
Brotherhood Frank.
Brotherhood
yeah,
Frank.
CBF.
All right. Now the rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get it right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. All right.
First time.
Oh, if you're first time, play or combatant or
whatever
entrant.
Yeah.
Let us know before you get into it.
Okay.
That was a lot. Let's
all right?
go.
You need a little
I'm
glass
good.
of water?
I'm good. After that, I think I'm good. Let's go to Kevin in El Cajon. Hello, Kevin.
Hello, gentlemen. How we doing?
Pretty good, Kevin.
Pretty
Good
good,
luck to
Kevin.
you today, man.
Are you
Good
ready
luck.
to play?
Thank you. I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. Which NFL quarterback was drafted number 1 overall in 2021 by the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence is correct.
Trevor Lawrence, indeed. Well done.
I think he's going to have a great year.
Had a good year last year.
Yeah.
Weren't they 13-4?
Yes.
I mean, they were really good. I mean, Buffalo was not necessarily supposed to beat them.
No.
In that playoff, but they did.
I'm sorry to our resident Jaguars fan, J-Mac, I believe. I'm ready for them to go back to mediocrity.
Oh, so you're not.
I don't like Liam Cohen.
Wait, you just said you thought
I
he was gonna
like
have a
Trevor
big year.
Lawrence. I don't like Liam Cohen, the
Why
coach
not?
of the Jaguars.
Oh, because he's winning. Get out of here! Because your guy Saleh threatened to kill him, and you blame Liam Cohen for that.
Yeah, Liam Cohen ran over to his players. Hold me back! Hold me back! All right, Kevin. Sorry about that. Here we go. Question number
Scraby,
2.
man. Guy's got a memory of an elephant. Scraby does.
I do. All right. Sorry. 1 second. I clicked the wrong thing.
Oh, that never happens.
All right. Which Pac-12 school did Michael Penix Jr. lead to the national championship game a few years ago?
Washington?
Washington is correct. Whoa, that was not the right. I'm all over the place. That's embarrassing.
Washington Huskies.
You are correct, Kevin. Sorry.
Yeah, what was the final of that game? Not
It
good
was
against Michigan.
bad. Let me see.
It was a lot to a little.
Washington National. They scored a lot of points.
Michigan scored
did.
like every time they had the ball, and J.J. McCarthy was the next greatest thing.
34-13, but it felt
That's all.
felt worse than that.
Yeah, it felt way worse.
What is that? 2024? Yeah.
Yeah.
That felt way worse.
All right, very good, Kevin. You're on to the final.
Yeah. Here we go. Question numero tres. I feel like I've asked this one already.
Well, then do something else.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something else. Let's see. Okay. Who is the only player in Major League Baseball history to hit an inside the park home run during an All-Star game? Only player in history.
Oh my God.
Have an inside the park home
During
run.
an
Was such a thing?
All-Star game.
Yes, and it happens. It's happened since the year 2000.
Really?
Let's say Ichiro.
That is insane because you are correct.
Wow.
Let's go,
Did you,
baby.
did you know that, or did you just pull it out? You just take a guess.
I remember hearing about that and watching it back in the day. I don't remember when it happened, but I do remember that.
It happened
real good, Kevin.
in 2007 when
Nice job,
when
man.
the All-Star game was at AT&T Park. He hit something in right field and it bounced way crazy, and he got it into the
Great pull, Kevin. Much
Stay
deserved.
there.
Stay on the line there. You are the winner today. I didn't even get to compete,
No.
which is the best way to make it go. Yeah, there's funny little things like now. Ichiro makes sense because he's fast, and that's kind of what Ichiro you would think he might do. But baseball gives us those kind of strange things.
Yeah, I never expected in a million years he would have guessed Ichiro.
If anybody knows the name Dick Allen, now I think Dick just made the Hall of Fame this year. Former MVP in the American League with the White Sox, played with the Phillies and several other teams. His slugger hit 300 plus home runs in his career, 290 career batting average. Yeah, Dick Allen just made the Hall of Fame not that long ago. But if you look at Dick Allen, he's a big old first baseman. 6 foot, 109. Well, God, they list him 6 foot, 190 back in the day. I don't know. The Dick Allen I remember playing looked a little.
Well,
heftier
his
than that.
nickname was Crash.
Yeah.
And the Wampum Walloper.
There you go. He was a big old dude, but Dick could play. There's a funny picture of him in Sports Illustrated on the cover one time during his MVP season in 1972, and he's got a dart Like on the cover of Sports Illustrated, there's Dick Allen. He's smoking a dart.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a different world. But Dick Allen's also the only player in baseball history to hit 2 inside the park home runs in one game.
Wow.
Which is pretty hard to even imagine anybody doing it.
That is really hard to do.
That is really a random thing, right?
So. Totally. Oh my God, he really is just smoking a dart.
On the cover of Sports
baseballs.
Illustrated. What's the date? Can you blow it up? July something, 1972?
June 12th, 1972.
1972, June 12th. Yeah, hey kids, don't try this at home. Dick Allen on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
That is a different time.
Enjoying a dart.
And he's in the dugout. Like,
sure.
He doesn't even care about any of the other
Dave Parker used to smoke them as you got them.
You know, when
Jim Leland, I think, never did stop smoking cigarettes, even when it was, frowned upon.
Yeah, when it was banned.
Yeah.
I always think about the smoking culture back because I lived on both sides. You can't smoke inside a restaurant. You can't smoke inside a restaurant. But
it's hard to
I
believe
always think about planes and how gross a plane must have been.
It was pretty gross.
With a bunch of people smoking cigarettes on it.
I had to travel to Cleveland with Distel, my LA Times sports editor, one time back in the day for the soccer's championship series. And we had to get the smoking row in the back because Distel was a cigarette guy.
Oh, man.
You remember
brutal.
They had like the 5 rows in the
Yes.
back? And we're back there, and Distel's like knocking us all out. And so was everybody else in those rows.
That's insane. I can't even imagine because they thought that the last 5 rows were going to keep the smoke
right. It
from
wouldn't
going
come up
elsewhere.
to the front. Yeah, it was.
That is crazy.
Yeah, last 3 or 4 rows you could smoke on the plane.
Oh man, I mean, I've lived in a time where I had an ashtray in a plane. That's.
Oh yeah. Well, let's be okay. If you don't believe us, the next time you're on an airplane, there's still no smoking sign up there.
Yeah, because they have to tell people to do that.
Why? Like
there was
totally
a person on one of my
that
flights.
There's no smoking anymore.
No, there was a person on one of my flights that was like nicotine withdrawal or something, and
Can't
they were going
see them
crazy.
needing the sign anymore, but they still have it. All right, we got a couple minutes left. I want to congratulate Scrabe. You know I'm going to go with this. Saturday, I said there was 2 things I did. One was the Billy Ray. The second thing, I headed up to Del Mar for the Pacific Classic. I know I've got some horse racing people out there. If you were there at the Pacific Classic, you saw one of the best horses I have ever seen win this race. His name was Knight's Bridge. I'm telling you, Scraby, this horse almost lapped the field. I mean,
that good?
Oh my God. He blew. I think he won by 6 lengths, which is a lot in a race of this quality. So this horse is going to go on and do even major other things. But the reason I was there, my buddy, Mike Olavko, you know him, we play golf together, Scrabe. He and I were fraternity brothers. We used to dream about one day owning a horse. He actually followed the dream. He's bought a piece of a horse, never expected it to even get on the racetrack, let alone win a race. Well, that horse that my friend is part owner has now won 6 races and has become so good that the horse's name, Almond Joy, ran in the Pacific Classic. What an incredible achievement. Think about how many racehorses are out there, Scraby, and these are like the top 10 of the year.
Yeah, you don't just show up at Del Mar and say, let my horse
not
race.
Into the Pacific Classic. You don't get into that. Anyway, she was the only filly in the race. Everybody else, colt, mare, basically the guys against a girl, and she hung right there. She finished 4th, Scraby. An incredible performance. She was legit belonged in the race. And, he couldn't have been more excited. Afterwards, the jockey came and talked to the owners, and I happened to kind of listen into the conversation. And the jockey of Almond Joy's name is Kent DeSormo's Hall of Famer, one of the great jockeys of all time. He looked at Mike and the trainer and the other owners, and he said, she ran so good today and was so amazing that if it wasn't for the fact that she was running against the boys, she would have beaten any filly in the world. Wow. So all of a sudden now, the Breeders' Cup is coming up in October.
How old is this horse?
4.
So
4 years old.
Older
this is
than like the big horse races,
The
right?
Kentucky Derby is a 3-year-olds.
Yeah, okay.
You have to be 3, but once you're 4, a lot of them will still run at 4, maybe 5. Then very few run beyond that. This horse is 4 years old. The Breeders' Cup is coming up. They have a race, the Distaff, which is for the champion filly in the world. She could be in that race.
Wow.
She could be. She showed it the other day by racing in the same company as some of the fastest horses in the world. It was incredible. So much fun. And just what a thrill. It's hard to explain it because I don't even own a piece of the horse, but I'm just watching them own the horse. You know what I mean?
I do.
And you're just the excitement that this horse has created. I know a lot of the fans like Almond Joy. She's been kind of a Del Mar favorite. She's won 3 or 4 races here. And, I think a lot of people were supporting her, especially since she was running one filly against all the colts. And she was right there. She ran a hell of a race. So,
you know what I like about
exciting.
that story is that you guys were happy that she finished 4th instead of being angry that she finished 4th.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I'm sure that there are some horse owners out there that are not happy with the 4th place finish.
Potentially.
But
yeah,
I feel like if you give the horse more love, it would run better.
Well, maybe. But Mike's point, and he's right. He goes, we were in the race with the best in the world, or some of the best horses in the world, and we were in the hunt. That is amazing when you think about the odds of being to that level and be that lucky. So we'll keep an eye on Almond Joy for you. She went off at 23-1. Unfortunately, she didn't pay off because 4th place, you don't get any pay for that as a bettor. But what an incredible day that was, and fun. So
that is cool.
All right. We got my guy Lane Kiffin is in the news. And wait, is this in the Big Five? Did you put it in or not?
No, it's okay.
Okay. I got to give Lane his own segment.
Yeah, okay. That's fair in this instance.
Lane Kiffin is one of my all-timers. Scrabe, you know how much we love him.
Mm-hmm.
And if you wonder, why do you just despise this guy so much, Chris? Like, when are you going to get over it? Wait till you hear the latest Lane Kiffin story. And I think you'll understand it more than ever. It's coming up after a quick timeout. Padres, Pirates a bit later. Sam Lev's pregame show at 5:30. Gwynn and Chris until then. 21 wins in 56 games. That's what they did from May to July. 2 months of just terrible baseball. Now, the San Diego Padres, 21 wins in just 28 games the last 4 weeks.
That's a little bit better.
Slight turnaround, Scrabe.
Yeah.
Slight turnaround. Padres look to keep it rolling tonight against the Pirates. Good pitcher for Pittsburgh, all-star Braxton Ashcraft, and he's been good. 13 wins already this year. Robbie Ray for the Padres. And Dustin Harris, new name. He'll be in left field. He gets the start tonight. Called up from El Paso, signed a month or so ago, right?
Yeah, early. I guess someone was saying on the chat that he was picked up earlier in the year, then they released him, and then they got him back.
He actually played a little bit with the White Sox this year.
Yeah,
Had a couple of bats with them. Played the last couple of years with Texas very sparingly, has a couple of career home runs, but he's never hit the ball like he is recently. He's got a 1019 OPS at El Paso in the last month. Padres say, hey, come on, maybe we can catch a little lightning in a bottle. He'll
AJ
start
Preller
tonight.
has been very good this year at finding guys that can give you about 3 weeks worth of great production.
I guarantee you the first thing we all said was, Luis Rengifo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you wasting our time?
Samad Taylor,
Samad Taylor, how's he going to do? Turn this thing around. Who was the third? Oh, Austin Hayes, first game hit a home run.
That's true.
Went 2 for 2 the next game. Yeah, they've had a lot of luck with these guys, so we'll see if Dustin Harris can be the latest tonight.
Andy says Dustin Harris goes 3 for 4 with a slam tonight.
That all?
You think he's going to do more?
Well, 4 for 4, you'd have a chance to hit for the cycle. I mean,
you don't want to make it too unrealistic.
Yeah,
Chris.
why are we limiting ourselves? What did Fernando do go yesterday? 4 hits, 4 RBIs, 2 home runs, stolen base.
Just filling up the box score. Like when they say filling up the box score, that is what they mean.
Isn't it? I mean, baseball's a funny game, as they say, but he can't get out right now.
No, he cannot.
And then the first 2.5 months of the season, he had no chance. Same guy.
Well, everybody is pointing to the one thing that has changed about his batting routine.
What are they pointing to?
His stance. He opened his stance.
They're saying his dad was telling him
around.
His dad was telling him about trying to change some things around so he could hit for a higher average.
That's what
a lot of people have said. Once he got past that and just got back to being himself, that the results have followed. So I don't know. Believe what you will.
He's had 3, or out of his last 5 games, he's had 4 multi-hit games. That's crazy.
The man went 254 times up without a home run.
Yeah, and
that's unbelievable considering who he is.
It is unbelievable.
And now 9 home runs in the last 71. Times up.
He hit that home run, the first one of the year, right before my birthday. I think it was like May 23rd or something.
May 30th.
Oh, it was May. So it was after my birthday.
Yeah.
Didn't it feel like he went a lot longer without a home run?
Well, he went till June 6th until the next one. He only had 5 at the All-Star break.
And now he's got 4 in the last
17.
week.
All right. If you don't have anybody who thinks you're at least semi-honest, what have you got? I'm talking about you as a person. If you don't even have the ability for people to at least trust you a tiny bit, then what kind of person really are you? Like if you're that shady,
a person who doesn't care what other people think,
or if you're that shady, or you're at least what other people perceive to be that shady, like how do you go to sleep at night looking in the mirror? I already don't know how Lane Kiffin sleeps at night, given all of the shenanigans that this guy has pulled to get where he now is. And he's now the head coach at LSU. I don't think we need to even go through all of the stories.
No, we don't.
From USC to everywhere else, right? Ole Miss, the whole thing last year was a total disaster. The executive director. Now, Ole Miss is where Kiffin was last year. Remember, he left at the end. They didn't coach. He didn't coach in the playoffs. He let some of his coaches coach, not others. Anyway, it was a mess. The executive director of the Ole Miss NIL Collective said today on a podcast that Ole Miss actually hired people from the FBI to come in and search the Ole Miss football offices looking for recording devices, bugs basically, after Lane Kiffin left. Okay, so let me make that clear. The people at Ole Miss think that before Lane Kiffin left, he's such a slime that he might have even left bugs behind to try to spy on Ole Miss. And they believed it to the extent that they brought people in from the FBI to do it. It wasn't like they just, hey, guys, let's look around, make sure. Yeah. No, they brought FBI people to come in and search for bugs.
Which, by the way, I found out that it wasn't like they called the FBI. It was they're believing that it was one of the players as a dad in the FBI.
Okay, but they were officially FBI people.
They were FBI. They did sweep the building.
Swept the building. And here is the quote from Walker Jones, who founded the collective that is the NIL and the Ole Miss thing. He said, quote, "We actually had the FBI come through and walk the building for the building, not just like under the coach's desk.
No,
the whole building.
Yeah,
we kind of knew what was in Baton Rouge, which is where LSU is.
Yes,
and we know how they operated. I remember getting on my knees and looking underneath the desk, like checking for, is there some sort of bug in my office? When asked why he was looking under his desk, Jones said, quote, trust me, you don't know this guy, Lane Kiffin, like I do."
That's crazy.
Basically, he is saying that Lane Kiffin would stop at nothing to cheat when he worked at Ole Miss. Isn't this what he's saying?
Yeah,
in all aspects?
No, yeah, he's totally saying this. He's saying that they believe this guy would do this.
He believes that Lane Kiffin would do this. Now, even if this is completely not something that Lane Kiffin has thought of, and I'm guarantee he'll be asked about it, and he'll say, oh my God, that's the dumbest thing ever. This is stupid. What do you, whatever. He can say whatever he wants. The fact of the matter is, Lane Kiffin is somebody that absolutely no one can trust any further than they can throw him. And that includes the people, by the way, at LSU, who, if they're at least, unless they're smarter than they appear to be, they better understand that he's going to leave them in the lurch the minute that Alabama job opens up as well.
That's why I don't understand some of these people who are like, oh, he would never leave. He's left every single place he's gone.
And every single one has been worse than the way he left the one before.
I would say that he handled it better early in his career. He's handling it worse.
That's what I just said. It's getting worse.
Yeah, sorry.
It's getting worse.
It is getting worse.
It's the jilted lover, or is it the cheating lover story? You cheat with a married man. He leaves his wife for you. And then 3-4 years later, he leaves you and cheats on you. And you're like, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
You're like, well, what did you expect?
Yeah.
That's how he met you.
Yeah.
Same thing with Lane Kiffin. And if you're an LSU football fan, all the power to you. But I'll be here and we'll be here and Scraby and everybody to pick up the pieces the day he jilts you guys, because he'll do it without question.
He will. And I'm going to ask you guys a question about college football coaches, or ask us a question, college football coaches in the Big Five.
All right. So Ole Miss has the FBI. They trust this guy? Not at all.
I mean, if they found a bug, that would be highly illegal.
You don't know this guy like I do. That's a pretty telling quote.
That's crazy.
More Gwynn and Chris, and salutes to our guy, Lane Kiffin. Ahead.
Ben and
these things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some. When I said I was going to talk about my best friend Lane Kiffin, who thought that we were going to refer to this other story where Lane Kiffin has just accepted back on the LSU team a player who played in the NFL over the weekend, actually played in the Browns game against the Bills. And now he's back at LSU, and Lane Kiffin, of course, has a spot waiting for him. That is among the things we are going to tackle in today's Big Five with Scraby here.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
We are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios where we know how. And I was just looking up at the TV real quick, and Zach Taylor, the head coach of the Bengals, was on there.
Yeah.
Each year, he looks like he has aged at least 10 years per year.
I don't think there's any question. This is a job that will do that to you.
Yes, he looks.
Coach,
he had this glow and brightness about him.
He was a young guy a few years ago when he stepped into that job. Not so much
anymore. All right, let's get into our first topic for today.
Number 5,
and that's going to be an update from Craig Stammen, who was giving all of these things during his daily scrum. And here is what he had to say about Nick Pivetta and Joe Musgrove. He starts with Nick Pivetta.
He had the bullpen already. It went really well. Nick's feeling good. He's going to pitch for Lake Elsinore tomorrow. So that'll be his, again, rehab starting over again. But very excited. He's feeling very good right now. Feeling a lot better. Very excited about his next opportunity.
And then Joe is going to be throwing on Tuesday, right? Making his last rehab assignment, we hope. Could you share where that's going to be if you already know?
Joe is going to pitch on Thursday instead of Tuesday now. So bumping him back a few days. He'll pitch for El Paso I think they're in Oklahoma City. So we'll get him out there on Thursday. He's excited about that. His bullpen went really well. Just decided to give him a little extra rest with the back and, make sure he's ready to go, 100%, for that outing.
All right. So that's good news about Joe Musgrove. I think we don't really know enough about Nick Pivetta at this point in time to make any predictions on it. But, Chris, when does Joe get put on this roster?
I think he starts next week.
Okay.
And I think it'll be interesting to see what happens with Casey Mize, ankle injury, how that responds. But I think Joe, at the moment, starting next week gives you a 6th option in the starting rotation. Pivetta could give you a 7th. For a start or two, and you can never have too many. We've already talked about this enough. Vasquez can pitch in relief. Look, I want an embarrassment of starting pitching heading down the stretch. I want to keep doing what they're doing right now, which is 7 out of 8 or 6 out of 7 quality starts.
Yeah,
6 games out of 7. As long as that happens, the bullpen's going to continue to do what it did Saturday night, which is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Because these guys are fresh.
Yes.
They're not being overused again.
Yes.
Make no mistake, the hero of the weekend, I know everyone thinks was Fernando. The real quiet hero of the weekend was the effort Saturday night by, a guy that we have ripped apart pretty much all year long. coming out of that Padre bullpen.
Who are we talking
on Saturday night?
I'm blanking.
Huh?
Who are we talking about?
Saturday night, the middle of the ball game. We were down 5-1, and God, I'm forgetting his name too. That's how down we
Kyle
were.
Hart?
Griffin Canning.
Oh, Griffin Canning. Yes. He actually, I believe, got the win.
He did 2 1/3 innings.
Oh,
Great
Brandon
job.
said Canning.
3
on the
1/3.
chat.
Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, Griffin Canning. God, so many names, so little time.
Number 4.
I agree with you. Joe's back as soon as possible next week. Lane Kiffin, let's get back into it. He does not care what people think about him. That is clear. And I'm just going to read from the article this next little bit. Quote, his job at LSU is to acquire talent, win football games and championships, and his pursuit of Cleveland Browns tight end and former Ole Miss standout Daquan Wright is another reminder that few coaches navigate college football's lawless landscape better, end quote. Some say that Lane Kiffin's just doing what it takes to win.
Who wrote that, by the way? That is really well written.
It was an ESPN article.
Yeah, nobody navigates college football's lawless landscape. And lawless is what it is.
It is.
There's no rules.
No rules.
And so Lane Kiffin does whatever Lane Kiffin wants. And there are some people, I'm sure, who say, well, that's fine.
I'm going to save.
I'm not one of them.
I'm going to go first, and then I'm going to save a lot for you. But does it mean you have to be shameless, or does this mean you have to be shameless to win at the highest level in college football? Answer is yes. You got to have no soul, no conscience.
Wow.
You are okay with stepping on people.
Really?
Just to get to Lane Kiffin's status, I don't think you have any shame anymore about anything. So I will say that.
It's hard to say. I mean, Kurt Cignetti had his critics by the end last year.
Yes, he did.
Right, the Indiana coach.
Yeah.
For the most part, though, people were pretty much in love with a guy coming in and taking over a no-name school and bringing his own guys in there. And, were they getting paid? Sure, everybody's getting paid. But there was a certain freshness to Indiana coming through out of nowhere and winning it all.
Yeah.
Instead of the established, I mean, hell, Indiana beat Alabama like 39-7 in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is Indiana. This is Alabama. Come on.
It was
So that was kind of fun. But there's also critics of Kurt Cignetti to say, he sold his soul to the devil too. And so that's what you're saying. Do you have to sell your soul in order to win at the highest level in college football? And unfortunately, I think you're not wrong. It's becoming this way. Now, Lane Kiffin, you're right. He just doesn't care.
He does not.
And I mean, this guy, Daquan Wright, was a tight end. He was out of Ole Miss. He was picked up by the Eagles, non-rostered, cut by them, waived, picked up by the Browns, was on the roster for the game Saturday night against Buffalo in the preseason, did not play in the game. But now he's working out a deal to come to LSU, which is where Lane Kiffin had him at Ole Miss. Now he's going to have him at LSU. And it's really funny because it says Daquan Wright will be going to LSU as long as he's not picked up on waivers.
Yeah, unless
the Miami Dolphins sneak in and get him, he's going back. I mean, what
are they going to do in the middle of the year? Say someone comes and signs him, you're just going to get rid. Like this whole thing is so stupid.
Well, it's where this has come from is because the NCAA put in a fifth year rule.
Yes,
and all the players that are 22, 23 feel they deserve another year now. But the rule came in after they were picked up into the NFL.
You know, all those people that played college sports forever would like money too.
The NFL, I mean, college football is such a disaster. I can't even stand it. It's unfortunate.
It is.
There's a lot of people still left in college football, I believe, somewhere, like at Montana and, maybe at Ball State and maybe a defensive back coach down there on the Mesa, who really want to just teach these kids some college football and the spirit of it all. But that's fewer and far in between now because you're lying to yourself if you think you can compete without joining up with the way the landscape makes you be, the lawless landscape makes you be.
I don't know what to think about these players that keep doing this too. Like, if you're not good enough for the NFL, okay, going back to college for 1 year might give you some money, but you're just like kicking that can down the road
Well,
of what you're going to do for the rest of your life.
I mean, let's just look at this Daquan Wright. He went to Ole Miss. He was pretty good, supposedly good enough for the Eagles to at least sign him.
Yeah.
He went into pro camp. He wasn't good enough. He went to Cleveland's camp. He obviously not quite good enough. But he goes back and now plays for Lane Kiffin at LSU, and he's allowed to for one more year. What if he leads the SEC in receiving?
That's true. It could be.
He
great
could end
for
up
him.
getting drafted by the Colts in the second round next year and making millions of dollars.
But what about
so
the
why
kid?
shouldn't he give himself that chance?
I get what you're saying, but what I'm defending the kid who's been given that starter position, and all of a
At
sudden you're not a
LSU?
starter anymore.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Because some guy couldn't hack it in the NFL and had to come take your spot.
I told you the story of our player on the Aztec women. It's easier for people I identify with, but Veronica, she won the Mountain West Player of the Year, went to TCU to be the next big player. And then after they recruited her, they recruited like 3 more All-Americans on top of her.
Yeah.
So she went there, but she never played really.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
So it's look out both ways.
It definitely
So,
is. I mean, because they can leave whenever they want, but they can also bring in someone whenever
Yes,
they want.
can. Yes, they can.
We talked about Jed York, 49ers owner, being arrested yesterday. His no contest plea got talked down from prostitution to, I hate having to say that, to disorderly conduct.
Wait. So, okay. This seems like kind of an odd term for but whatever.
No, I think I know what you're saying, but I think a lot of. I don't even know what I think. I've never been caught up in a prostitution.
Yeah, right.
sting.
Why don't we just lower the charge from prostitution to being stupid and being caught?
That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's a more understandable
penalty.
charge. Yeah.
Okay, so my question for you is, Chris, what do you do if you are the NFL?
He owns the team. Like, there's not a lot you can do, and you've already set a precedent.
I mean, Robert Kraft, the reason he got away with it is
as soon as Robert Kraft got away with it, he exalted him to another status of brilliance. You know? I don't know. I would hope. I don't think the NFL can and will really do anything, and I can't really blame them for it. The owners run the league.
Yeah.
I mean, Goodell's hired by the owners, so what's he going to do? Find his boss? That's not going to happen.
That's true.
I would hope that Jed York, I doubt it, but I hope he's man enough to step up in front of the people who, support his billion-dollar industry. And I'm talking about the 49er fans and faithful, and say, you know what? Don't be like me. Don't make mistakes like this. This is embarrassing. I embarrassed our team, our organization. I embarrassed the logo, and I apologize for it, and it won't happen again. That would really be nice. But I know we're not going to see it.
I don't know that we will see it, but he is a guy I can see doing that because he has admitted fault in the past.
You can be back in everyone's good graces if you do it.
Yeah.
We all understand making dumb decisions, not to that extent, but we all make dumb decisions and bad mistakes. Just own up to it.
Agree.
Number 2.
Scotty Scheffler and Chris have something in common, and no, it is not their golf games.
Yeah, right. That's for sure.
They both come to work sick.
Hey,
Scotty Scheffler revealed after the final round of the BMW Championship.
COVID?
No. He played with hand, foot, and mouth disease.
Oh, God.
He said he should have been smarter and not played,
that?
but he was playing way too well to drop out, which is a total golfer thing.
Did he win?
No, he did not win.
Oh.
He said that, but I'm actually going to focus on the sports betting aspect of things because people were very angry because if the PGA Tour is going to make betting a huge part of their product,
I'm going to have to start doing injury reports.
Should the PGA Tour do injury reports? And I say
they should.
Yes, because Scotty Scheffler would have had to say he had hand, foot, and mouth disease, and then people wouldn't have bet on him to win the tournament coming off of his Memphis win. I absolutely, if you're going to get in bed with the betting companies, you need to do something to at least help out the consumer. Chris?
What tournament was this? Oh, the BMW. Scheffler shot for the weekend with, what was it? Hand, mouth, and
foot disease.
He shot 65, 68, 68.
That's why he didn't stop playing.
Couldn't grip the club, you said.
He said he could barely swallow.
Jesus.
And this is a common thing that it's usually in kids. And he has kids, and so that's what I'm thinking. He's also contagious.
Well, just so you know, the Aztec women's basketball team and every other team that plays college sports has to give a injury report now.
Really?
Yes, they do. Those
Okay.
games are being bet on.
Hey,
So golf has to
get
do
on
it
it,
too.
PGA Tour. Get that injury report going.
Yep. Whatever number one is, we'll see when we come back, and we'll finish up by hearing about the new Padre ownership. More on that as Gwynn and Chris continues. Chris? Is that still going, the Jaden Daniels?
I think it's starting to fade a little bit, but
I saw a meme of Jared Goff congratulating him after the game the other night, the preseason game, and they counted Jared Goff patted him on the back 4 times.
That's funny.
And they were like, isn't that nice of Jared Goff to respect Jaden by only patting him 4 times?
I got to say, that is pretty funny.
Yeah, it's crazy out of control. Gwynn and Chris here until about 5:35, 5:40 or so. Sam Levitt pregame show. Padres, Pirates, Pirates. Tomorrow, Skeens pitches. First time ever in San Diego.
They are going to let him go through.
I think so. He's on the schedule. ERA of 5.70 over his last 9 starts. Doesn't sound like Paul Skeens to me.
It doesn't. I'm scared about that.
Yeah. The guy who's better than him is pitching tonight. Ashcraft for Pittsburgh is a 13-game winner. Robbie Ray will pitch for the Padres. They're trying to make it 22-7 in the last month or so. Incredible run that nobody saw coming. If you say you saw it coming, you're lying.
I put myself in the place that we were at when they lost to the Braves after taking a lead on Chris Sale. That was rock bottom. It felt terrible, and I gave up on the team on that day.
They were 50-53. And even though
they were 3 games under 500,
50-53, wow. They were in 8th place in the wild card. Okay, remember, only the top 3 make it, so they needed to pass 6 teams to get in, and they were about 4.5 behind whoever was in the final spot there. And I mean, in like 10 days, they passed everybody. That made no sense to begin with.
No sense.
And then the All-Star game, and then out of that,
terrible baseball out of that.
Everybody's played terrible, except them. And you go 22-7 or 21-7 since that low water mark of 50-53, and here you are. But only 2 games ahead of Arizona. I hate to kind of remind everybody that it's not like. Right? You'd like to be like 10 games out ahead and just like kind of in a much more comfortable position. You're really not.
I said it last week.
2 games is not that much. Remember, Arizona comes here for the final 3 games of the season. So as long as Arizona stays within 3, it's going to come down to the end.
No, this is going to be down to the wire. There's no other way that it's going to happen. I can't see the Padres making anything easy on us fans because it seems like everything's very difficult on us fans.
Yeah. Pirates just got swept by the Dodgers. Padres are 9 back of LA, if you're thinking about that. Pirates. Yeah, you're not. I know.
They did lose Andy Pajes, though.
Yeah, Pajes gone for the season. I want to thank Pajes for his contributions to my fantasy team. When you have a fantasy baseball team and somebody does that, by the way, it was my own pitcher who hit him in the hand.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, one of my guys was pitching, Bubba Chandler, for the Pirates. Hit Pajes, who's also on my team. Pajes is out for the year. My fantasy team is
team-on-team crime.
I hate that.
Yeah,
bad luck. Marlins are still in there, too. I said that the Diamondbacks are 2 back. Marlins are 4 back. So they're, not hopeless for them either. Still a ways to go. The Royals, by the way, have won 8 in a row. I don't know where that came from.
Well, we saw how good of a team they were when the Padres played them out of the break.
The Royals were 24 games below 500. Now they've won 8 in a row, and they find themselves a reasonable 6 games out of the wild card. They're probably not going to make it, but there's a chance.
That is crazy.
The American League is bad. Padres, I said this earlier. Look, Padres are 27-15 against the American League, right? That's 12 games over.
Mm-hmm.
That means they're 1 game under against the National League. Padres are not even playing 500 ball against the National League.
Well, the National League is just that much better.
Much better, but you got to take advantage of it and beat those crappy teams. Padres did it over the weekend. The Twins did not look like much.
They did not.
Although I'll say Roger Clemens' kid has turned into a decent player. Cody Clemens, he bounced around for a while, never really figured it out. He's become a pretty good guy. But isn't it almost like painfully obvious to you, Scraby, that as soon as the game goes into the bullpens, It's just night and day.
Yes, it is.
The Padres go to the bullpen. You're lucky to get a run.
Yep.
The Twins went to the bullpen yesterday. It was 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing you knew, it was 8-1.
Yep.
I mean, that's, big difference, you might think.
You do get a little bit, you do get a little too used to how good the Padres bullpen is.
Right, you take it for granted. You take it for granted, but that game yesterday was, did I say 2-1? I think it was actually 1-1. Yeah, it was 1-1. Bottom of the 6th inning, Padres, Twins went to the bullpen. They took Bailey Ober out. 87 pitches. I get. Well, it was a hot day.
I knew there was. I was waiting for what's coming.
Yeah, it was a little warm out. So 87, get him out. He's worn out. He's a professional athlete. Anyway, Funderburk came in, and he didn't do much. Jeff Hoffman, who used to be good, came in, and he didn't do much. And Adams came in, and they all gave up 2 runs, every single guy, right on down the road. So, Padres, by the way, yesterday, bullpen, Peralta, Matsui, 3 innings, nothing. Gave up nothing.
It's almost unfair, too.
It's a big deal.
Having Mason Miller. It's not almost unfair. It is unfair to have Mason Miller come out of the pen. I think it was Luke Keeschall that was at bat when he pitched maybe Friday night or one of those
Miller
nights.
pitched Saturday, too.
Saturday.
He got the save. He and Morejon both had 1, 2, 3, 8th and 9th.
Yeah, so he threw one near Keeschall's head. Keeschall goes to the ground, obviously.
Next
scared.
pitch is a slider. You have no shot.
Top of the zone. Keeschall kind of does the whole, it's going to hit me thing.
You give it that half-hearted wave.
Yeah, and then boom.
Well, I mean, that's the game on Saturday night. Padres bullpen, 6 1/3 innings, 1 run. And that was Hart at the beginning, gave up 1. Canning, Morejon, Miller, shutdown. Twins bullpen gave up 5 runs and the game. We talk about how many comeback wins the Padres have this year. Was it 20 or something like that? And then they have another 15 when they're down by 3 runs, or, somebody's got the actual number, but what it is, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it points out the fact that other teams don't have the Padre bullpen.
It's true.
So Padres can come back. I don't think the Padres would have that many wins if they were going up against their own bullpen. But they're not.
Are you kidding me?
Right?
No way.
Yeah, you're right. Mason Miller did pitch Friday as well. So he pitched an inning Friday and an inning Saturday.
And he was looking great.
Did not get the save Friday night. Came in the non-save situation.
I'm trying to look and see. They don't tell me about what the stat you were just looking for.
Oh, how many 3-1 come from behinds? I think it's 18 or 19. I've seen it so many times I kind of lose track. But, I mean, the game Saturday night was another example of it because they were down 5-1.
They were.
And they ended up winning the game.
Yeah, I felt like that game.
It's been happening a lot.
It's been happening a lot.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm a little bit nervous, sometimes their offense, the weekend kind of cleared this up for me, but they have lulls in the offense where they have a day where they score 8 runs, 7, 8 runs, and then the next day they can't score hit.
Look, this is the first time all year they scored 6 or more runs in all 3 games of the series.
So I have to push that out of my head.
Yeah, not very many teams do that. Maybe back in the day, in the Rockies or something in Coors Field, or the Dodgers go in there, but it's not easy to get 6 every time. By the way, Ty France continues to just be, the greatest player we could ever have. And I saw a really good interview with Ty France. I think it was on MLB Network. And they asked him about, which they invariably do, they asked him about playing college for Tony Gwynn, the great, Hall of Famer. And I love what Ty France said. And I didn't expect to hear anything else. Ty France said, when I played for Coach Gwynn at San Diego State, I played for Coach Gwynn, not the Hall of Fame player you're thinking of. He said, I played for my coach, whose sole interest when I was at San Diego State was making me better and putting me in a position where one day maybe I could realize my dream and get to the major leagues. Now, do you know who else would second that statement? I'm almost sure of it. Steven Strasburg. Steven Strasburg was in the perfect situation. Remember, he was the Golden Spikes winner, Strasburg, the best player in college baseball. But he knew how to handle it. Had Tony with him. Tony, despite it all, never abused having Strasburg, and he could have. They were in the NCAA tournament. Strasburg pitched the first game. They could have brought him back, in the third game. No. Tony wasn't going to risk anything about Strasburg's future.
It's a good call.
It's a good call. But I'm just saying it's an incredible thing. Let's compare Tony Gwynn. Oh, yeah, Jesus. Let's not compare Tony Gwynn to Lane Kiffin, who, by the way, today was asked. Remember, we were just talking about the story. Lane Kiffin was asked about, bringing a college kid to LSU, a pro player.
Yeah.
And now because of the loophole back to LSU, and Lane Kiffin's comment, well, if we don't do it, somebody else will beat me to it.
I could have told
okay, Lane,
you
I love
that.
you then.
I could have told you that
sense.
Was going to be the quote.
Yeah.
It's better them or better us than them.
Better us get he's going to go somewhere, so we might as well get him. You know what, Lane? No, the rules don't state that you have to do something that is sketchy.
Like you said earlier, everything about college football just makes me angry at the moment. Everything about college football makes me angry. Should we do my number one real quick?
Oh yeah. Big five.
It's not a big deal or anything, but there was an injury that happened yesterday during the Rockies and the Guardians game. Did you see this, Chris? Something I have never seen in a baseball game.
Really? I missed it.
Jimmy Herget was stung by a bee while he was pitching on the mound. There was pain for a moment, he said.
Wait, he was in the middle of the windup, or
he was
between
pitching?
pitches?
Yeah, and then I don't know when it happened, but he looks at his arm. He said when he looked down at his arm, he still saw the bee, and he flicked the bee off, but it kept the stinger in him. And so he said, that's never happened to me before. I think it was a bee. I don't know, maybe a wasp. I'm not sure. I'm not a bee expert or whatever.
Jimmy Herget.
So
he wasn't too concerned about it.
No, he wasn't too concerned. He did say that it was painful, but it counted as an injury visit. But some out there, Chris, and believe me, we're just having fun with this.
Okay.
Should that have counted as a mound visit?
What it did? Oh, it was you mean they called it an injury visit?
They called it an injury visit and not a mound visit, I believe.
No, I disagree. No. I think it's an injury visit. Have you ever been stung by a bee?
Yes, it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts a lot.
Even if it's only for 30 seconds, it's an injury.
You can't go pitch again. It hoits.
It hoits. And if you're my wife who's allergic, you got to bring the EpiPen out there.
Yeah, that would be really bad.
Yes, that's a whole thing.
That would be really bad, though.
No, bee stings are little...
Have you ever seen a pitcher get stung by a bee during a game?
Yeah, I can't say I've seen that one before.
Yeah,
I have seen those, the ballpark where sometimes a beehive will...
It happened down here.
Yeah, collect around the ballpark for a while.
Yeah, there was
down on the batting cage, and then they send some poor sap up there to try and break it up. And come on,
he's got like a vacuum and a stick.
That sounds like something they would choose you or I for.
Oh, totally.
Who's going to do it? Tony Gwynn, Jesse, Chris. Hey, come
Chris,
on over.
Scrappy, come over here.
Yeah,
we got
a little mask. Get over there with a stick and see if you can't break that up.
I was golfing one time, and we heard something coming from behind us, and we didn't really know what it was because we didn't know what it sounded like. But we turned around, Chris, I'm not kidding. There were thousands of bees flying around.
Yeah,
and guess where we went? My friend and I went and jumped into a sand trap because the bees would just fly over
You
us.
actually made a run and jumped into the sand
that
trap.
many
Were
bees.
They chasing you with. This sounds like a
what's that movie?
Sounds like a Scooby-Doo cartoon or something. You turn around. Woo, 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 woo.
No,
the bees are coming and you're racing. Get out of my way, Shaggy!
It happened at Encinas Ranch. I remember looking back and seeing the cloud of bees coming towards us, and I flipped out and I started running for a sand trap, and I dove into the sand trap. Bees are necessary, but they're also
by the way, if you're looking for a career where you not only can make money, but it is stealing is what this career is.
You're saying beekeeping?
Be one of those. You don't have to keep the bees if you don't want to. Just be a bee removal guy.
Oh.
Not only you show up to the place, you can quote anything you want. How much is it going to be? That'll be $400 right away, sir. You're paid.
Just
right.
Get it out of here.
Just get it out of here. You don't care. You don't ask questions. You put your suit on. You're the bee guy. All you do, really, I've seen them. They get a vacuum out, a big old thing.
Vacuum,
they go. The bees all go in there. Pretty much. There's a couple of little things. Maybe you get stung, but not too often because you got the big suit on.
Yep.
Not only did you just make that money, and I said 400. I don't know what it is. Whatever you made,
1,000.
Okay. Whatever you charge, they'll pay. But then you get to take the bees out to where the beekeepers are and sell them the bees because people need bees. Think of it. There's no other job that I can think of where you're called to remove something and then you make double the money because you can now sell what it was you removed.
That's not a bad call.
Not a bad gig, Scrape. You might want to buy one of those costumes here pretty quick.
I hate bees. I will not do that. I will not.
Trying to make you some money.
Dylan Cease is a bee guy. He used to make his own honey, or maybe still does.
So if I have a bee problem, Dylan Cease might show up to my house?
He might show up to your house in the bee suit and all of that stuff.
I told you one time we had bees coming through our fireplace at one of our houses, and we had to board it up with a cardboard to keep the bees from coming through.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It took a couple days for the guy to get out and fix them. So while I was out, and our cat Sydney the cat pawed open the little cardboard thing and got his paw in there and got stung.
No.
And Sydney the cat had the pirate club for a paw.
It was so swollen.
Yeah, we had to take him in right away. He needed a shot. It would have been bad.
Okay.
He was fine.
All right.
But it was, you walk into the vet and they're like, hello. And you're like, yeah, guess what happened to Sydney here? And his paw's like,
it looks like Will Smith and Hitch.
Pretty much. So the bee story.
Bees are very important for our environment, Chris.
Yeah, that's why the guy who collects them from your place, he has plenty of things he can do with them. He doesn't have to go, get rid of them. He sells them and makes money again. What a racket that is.
The reason I'm at a loss for words is because I'm thinking about this as my next profession.
I told you this is
even though I hate bees. I mean, it's amazing.
I know, but you want to get some money.
I do want to get some money.
Speaking of money, Scraby and I are going to be broadcasting from Las Vegas this week.
That's right.
We haven't even mentioned it all day. We should let everybody in on this. Our friends at Circa Resort, downtown Vegas, every year they have the big NFL Survivor pool. It's like the biggest one in the country.
$30 million this year is what's being put together.
Incredible what they do. And they get people from all over the world are in on this thing. And so they are nice enough to invite us and a few other radio stations, but you and I always go, and we have a good time for a couple days. We'll broadcast Wednesday after the Padre game, and then we'll do our regular 4-hour show from Circa on Thursday. Tony will be with us from Tampa because he'll be with the baseball. And he's so lucky. He can't wait to go back to the East Coast. He told me. And the humidity, he's really fired up.
I was just about to say, are we in Florida or is this actually San Diego? Because the humidity is bad right now.
I told you what somebody said the other day on television, and I'm just passing this along to all of you who think it's too hot out there. The person said, and they were like a weather expert type of person, they said, enjoy the rest of this summer. It's the coldest one you're ever going to get the rest of your life.
That's terrifying.
Yes, it is. They're telling us that the weather.
Wait, who said this?
Some weather guy, expert guy, and he said it's going to get worse, is what he was saying. So
thanks for fear mongering, weather guy.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Happy to help. All right, we're going to hear. We've been talking about bees, the weather, you name it.
We've talked. Yeah, we talked about.
Did we get any sports in that segment? Lane Kiffin, he barely qualifies as sports.
Yeah.
Let's hear from the Padres, Stammen and company, and some more on today's ownership press conference before we get to the pregame show, and we'll do that next.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So All the way straight back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? You good?
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over there. So.
What are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? You good?
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over there. So.
What are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm
where
going
do you
to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Toby?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh?
Are you a baseball player?
I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over there. So.
What do you think of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's
Millhouse Studios, Tony at Petco. Earlier, if you missed it, Sam Levitt was down at the big press conference today. The introduction of Jose E. Feliciano and Kwanzaa Jones.
Correct.
New owners of the San Diego Padres. They were great. They spoke. Kwanzaa stood out. With all due respects to you, Jose, Kwanzaa was the star of the show.
I think he's used to that.
Excuse me. She's very.
I think he's used to that because they've been married for a long time, and it doesn't seem like she just found this energy yesterday.
He knows when to. He'll say something.
Yes,
and then he steps out of the way and
knows.
Lets her. But she's excited, man. And why not? You're owning a baseball team.
Yeah,
it's pretty fun.
That would be really
along with a
fun.
license to print money. It's a pretty fun thing to have.
Hey, don't tell baseball owners that.
Oh, I know they have. They're all poor. I
Yes,
know,
they
poor
are.
guys. We're gonna find out how poor they are when they go on the their lockout next year. But for today, it was all smiles. It was all good times, and it should be. New ownership for the Padres and taking over at a time when the team is flying high with a 3-game sweep of the Twins and a 21-7 run that has taken them to a 2-game lead over Arizona in the wild card. But before we get out of here, Scraby wants to play a couple of highlights from today. I don't know if it's going to be from the ownership.
We're going to go all over the
okay,
place.
a few different things.
But we're going to start with Jose E. Feliciano and Kwanzaa Jones. And I think people are very curious about what are the owners going to do with payroll? Are they going to keep payroll for the Padres the same? Are they going to boost it? Are they going to take away payroll? Here is what they said about their financial.
I'll just tell them. They're going to take it away and give it to you and I. So isn't that nice?
All right. Well,
yeah, we appreciate
let's not play this answer then because it'll anger
fine.
everyone. Here is their financial philosophy with the Padres.
I don't want to sound like the baseball executive here. We'll work with AJ. We'll work with Eric. We have been blessed with a team in a city that is supporting us in a way that is allowing us to invest back in that team, in the stadium, and that city. And we're committed to doing that. Mm-hmm. And again, I think we are going to live, within our means. And that could mean different things in different years. But again, we want to win. And we're going to continue supporting that goal in many different ways. And that means that at some moments, to use your phrase, we're going to be aggressive. Some people might look at that way, but we're always going to do it, kind of with keeping the long-term health of the team in mind. And I think those are things that we're going to balance, but we're thinking about this in not only next week or next series, we're thinking about this, in seasons, decades. And I think our commitment to this city and to this team is that we're going to continue to do that. And again, hopefully win along the way.
And then a quick follow-up, if you don't mind. Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say the key thing to understand is that, and Eric, you said it, we are competitive. You don't get to do what we do unless you are competitive. And it's important for all of you all to understand that. We want to win. What does that look like? It may take a lot of different pictures, scenarios of what it could be. And we will see, but please understand how competitive we are.
I have nothing else to say, Chris. That's what this team needs. That's what this city needs. That's what this fan base needs. They need two people that really care about winning.
And I have no reason to sit here and say, all right, now, show me what you can do. Because I just believe these people. They really do. They're sincere. If they come in and they, tear the whole thing up, then they hoodwinked all of us.
Yeah.
So I really do. I feel like they're coming in. I think their plan is, solid. I think, you listen to the interview with Eric Grupner that Sammy did. And I think most Padre fans, if you didn't hear it, you should go back and find it. Because, Sammy asked some really good questions, and I like the way, Eric talked about, how this is all going to work, but mostly because of the kind of people these two are. They don't sound like your normal owners.
They don't.
And it makes me feel better, actually.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Whereas some owners are kind of just, it's like, it's almost like another business to them. And, I got my oil thing here and I got my,
I read something.
I got this over here.
Yeah.
And, I'll keep an eye on my baseball team.
Yeah.
But, oh, my God, I got to sell that camel collection to the people in Saudi Arabia.
Camel collection.
I know. I don't know what I'm thinking of. But, these guys, although I'm sure they do have other business interests, I believe they're sold. They're part of this thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Their heart's in it.
I 100% agree. And they actually, from what I understand, they did not come from a rich background at all. And I like that as well. These people work their way up for everything. I believe they were telling a story a couple weeks ago or something about how they almost couldn't make rent in New York before they ended up going on their careers. And so they had to fight. And I like that about people.
Kind of like you and I. We're not, given anything, even though we went to La Costa and Beverly Hills High School.
Yeah, what the heck, man? Two of the greatest high schools in the world.
People look at us and like, you rich guys, shut up.
Yeah, it's somewhat. Yeah. Never mind.
You guys are complaining about everything over there. You went to La Costa and Beverly High.
It's very true. It's very true. All right, Manny Machado, before we go, he was asked if he thinks this team is currently on a run that they went on in 2024.
Every year is different. Every year is different. I kind of said this all along. I've been saying it all year that we're going to be in this spot. I think you guys didn't believe in us, and here we are once again. But it's how much belief I have in these guys in here, and see how much work we put in every single day, and what type of talent we have in this room. So we always had that belief, and we're going to continue to believe in it, and hopefully continue to put ourselves in better positions and continue to fight for what we want to bring to the city.
Manny, you can use your anger towards the media as long as you win. That's all that matters.
Well, he did slip it in there that you guys didn't believe in us.
You know what? We didn't. And deep down inside, would you have, Manny?
Well,
if you were us?
Yeah, he's kind of giving us the old "I told you so" at this point, and he's right. But yeah, I think you're right too, Scrape. You can say that. Yeah, we didn't believe in it. Mm-hmm. We didn't. There was no reason being given for us to believe in it.
And McKee says we need to go pinkies up since we're La Costa and Beverly Hills when we drink.
Yeah, I can't do that. All right. Anyway, kudos to you, Manny. You knew it all the way.
It's true.
Well, now you better bring it home, pal.
I'm glad someone believed in them.
Yeah, you better bring it home. Pirates, Padres next. We're back tomorrow at 2:00. Enjoy the game, everybody.